Do, 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 do. All right, we got it working. Awesome. Wicked awesome kid. How are you? How's it going? How's everybody doing? So, if you didn't hear the amazing news, the president is a crypto genius. More specifically, a meme coin genius. I forget the actual numbers. 635 million? Was it 635 million he made off of it? 635 million? Hold on, I got the infographic for you. Hold on. Where is it? Where's my infographic? Is it this one? 635 million in meme coin income. Meme coin. Whenever MAGA says like, oh, he doesn't take a salary, I still think he does. Prove it. Release your taxes, Who gives a rip if he doesn't take a salary if the president is making more than $500 million in meme coin income? Meme coins. A thing that is make-believe, doesn't exist, doesn't serve a purpose besides taking money from the dummies and giving it to the guy who made it. Didn't we go through this with like Logan Paul? I feel like America can do better. I feel like we could do better. I feel like when the president releases a meme coin, Americans should be like, no. But who would have known? This guy right here, crypto genius. Crypto genius. Crypto genius. Crypto genius.
It's a trap.
It might be. It might be a trap. You might have not have got rich off the Trump meme coin, but he certainly did. He certainly did. Hard-working businessman. Okay, so we're going to go through some news. We're going to talk about the Donald Trump finances. Oh my God, he's robbing Americans. And you got to admit, there's probably some bribes in there. Some of that meme coin money was like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, those Gulf states being like, hey, we just made a generous donation to your meme coin. We'd like something in return. But we'll never know, or we will, and just America will just keep moving on. I don't know. Did you guys see the news of the couple that, I don't know if they're a couple, but a couple of swell people went to the top of the Empire State Building to hang the flag? It was a Jimi Hendrix quote. Love. Wait, I gotta just put in Hendrix. Love of power quote. There we go. When the love of power overcomes when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. That was the flag. You can't see it here. I had to freeze frame it because I'm like, what is that? They clearly did that themselves. It looks like duct tape, but good on that. I fully support street art. That's quite the location. If you've never been to the top of the Empire State Building, it is very high up, and if you're at the bottom of it, you couldn't read that. But they knew there would be helicopters and attention, so God bless them. God bless them. Get home safe. Get home safe, folks. I believe they're in custody. Too bad. What else are we gonna go over? Oh, Alex Karp of Palantir, of Palantir fame, CEO of Palantir. He had some stuff to say. We'll do some check-ins. We'll see how Stephen Miller's doing. You remember Stephen Miller, don't you? Hold on. Stephen Miller, Donald Trump's little sidekick. Everybody remembers him, right? You see him right there, shielding himself from the sun, because God forbid he gets a tan, he has to deport himself. Everybody remembers Stephen Miller, right? We'll get to Stephen Miller. We'll listen to some Fox News. And then Ty Cobb, not the baseball player, the former Donald Trump lawyer, or I don't know what he was. Department of Justice lawyer. I don't remember. Well, we got some audio from him. Also, very sad. And then Donald Trump was speaking live at the Teddy Roosevelt Museum. Whenever I see Teddy Roosevelt's name, it makes me want to play Robbie Road Steamer's Teddy Roosevelt Tough. If you haven't heard that song, listen to it. I got to get Robbie on, see if he'll play that live. And speaking of music, actually, before we get into it, there's a few people here. The club fee for Mar-a-Lago is $1 million now. Yeah, they had to jack it up. They had to jack it up. They had to. Because basically, the club fee at Mar-a-Lago is just a bribe to get access to the president. That's it. That's all it is. I see there's a lot of mods in here. Mods, please do not mute, silence, timeout anybody unless they say a slur or something of that caliber. It has to be at the caliber of slur to mute these people. Okay? Please. Don't make me unmod people. I will. But just so we're clear at the kickoff of this, unless they say a slur, I don't care. You know, if it's a slur, I could even get rid of them. But just let them chat. Just let them chat. They need to hear this more than we do. Okay? So if they come in, welcome them with open arms. Try not to argue with them. Have you ever seen like The Good Liars or any of the cults? You know, Jim Jones. What was the Nike one? No, it was Jim Jones was the Nike one. The Manson family. What was that San Diego spacecraft one? You know, if you've ever seen a cult, it's like you're not going to convince the cult that the starship isn't landing. You know, like you're not going to convince. They got to learn the hard way. But along the way, we could teach them, you know. It's about the journey, folks, not the destination. It's really about the journey. So please, mods, now that a lot of mods are here, just allow people to be. Even if they got broken brain, they keep saying stuff, just allow it. Thank you very much, mods. I appreciate the work you do. All right, let me take this down. We all know what Stephen Miller looks like. There he is, Donald Trump's little sidekick. Now listen, if you guys didn't hear, I'm surprised, you know, the nation didn't have a moment of silence for this. Village Man, not the Village Man, the Village People's front man. What's his name? I can't see it. Victor Willis. Seen here, Victor Willis. Band's frontman, also known as Cop, has died at the age of 74. The only reason I bring this up is because I was absolutely sure when Donald Trump spoke today at the Teddy Roosevelt Tough Museum dedication, he would have played the Village People, because I believe Victor Willis even wrote, did he write? I'm pretty sure this dude wrote like the hits Donald Trump loves. In the Navy, it's raining men. Oh, I don't think that's Village People. What's the one he likes? YMCA. Imagine writing the YMCA. Just take a second. You know, you're sitting with your band. Everybody's, you know, not in costume. And they're like, God, we need a hit, man. We need a hit. And he's like, YMCA? And they're like, bingo. We could make it a whole dance. People do it at weddings for centuries. Who the fuck came up with that? I would love... Where's VH1 behind the music when you need them? Do they have a Village People VH1 behind the music? That's what I need to see. That's what I need to see. I need to see a VH1 behind the music, and they're like, the guys weren't in their costumes, leaving the YMCA one dawn. When Victor Willis, it hit him like a lightning bolt. He had recognized the pop power of YMCA. You know, I just want to know, how did Victor Willis's muse strike him? You know, and like think about their hits: In the Navy, YMCA, Macho Man. I mean, I'm not even talking about like the 70s America where, you know, there's a lot of yokeina and guy on guy action, but it's a fascinating thing to like think of their themed music and like how these, I just, maybe this was like, you know, making the band before making the band. Maybe they were put together. I don't know the backstory of the Village People, and I feel like I should. I feel like this is something I'm going to have to spend some time seeking out just to understand, like, did these guys meet at the YMCA? You know, how did this come about? And after they wrote their first song, where they were like, I got it, I got it, I got it. Listen, listen, listen. I don't know how we top Macho Man, but think about where the Macho Men are. They're in the Navy. He's like, I think that's it, guys. I promise we're gonna do some news. I promise, but I'm paying homage to Donald Trump's favorite musician of all time, Victor Willis. Does anybody? I wasn't even reading the comments. Does anybody? Oh, thank you for the flow state. Love flow state. Does anybody know how the Village People came together? Does anybody? I don't know. Maybe, you know, I think I'm older than most of you anyways, so I should know this shit, but that was before my generation. Yeah, like what village? I know. Seriously, that's the other thing. I mean, I love the name, the Village People. They were all from a village. And clearly that village was, you know, had a good community structure. They had the indigenous guy, the cop, they had the construction worker, I think they had a sailor. Did they have like an ice cream guy? Did he ride out on a bike? Ice cream. What were all the Village People? Now I gotta figure this out. Village People. Village People members. There we go. Now I don't want to. I don't want the real members. Oh, there's a few of them that died before. What were they though? Oh my God, there's a ton of Village People. Jesus Christ, there's 8? No. 9, 10? There were 10 Village People? And now it's just like, Victor Willis was a lead vocalist though. Yo, that's crazy. So, yo, the Village People had like a lot of people in this village. And why most of these guys have their shirts are like, guys, this is, I don't know. Okay, so they had the motorcycle guy, a cowboy. I think they had different costumes because they had a cop, the Native American. He looks like he's in the military, and that's clearly a cowboy. I don't understand what all the Village People were. I like that's like a fluid village. They were like, what were the 5 Village People? No. What were their costumes? God damn. What were the original costumes? I don't want to know their names. Okay, cowboy, sailor, Judas Priest, indigenous guy, carpenter, and I don't know, military lieutenant? I couldn't tell you. Army? Is he a sergeant in the army? I don't know what this is so funny. It's just so funny that this is like the motorcycle rider. I like to call it Judas Priest. That's one of the costumes. Judas Priests. Oh, that'd be a cool band name. Call yourself the Judas Priests. Oh my God. Oh my God. We have fucking news to get to. I can't spend this much time on the Village People. Okay, let's check in on the state fair, the great state fair. All right, looks like there's a couple people there. That's good. That's good. Let's keep checking in. Let's see how the state fair is doing, folks. We go live down to the America's 250th State Fair. Let's see how it's doing. Are you out there? Oh, we got a guy on a rascal. Looks like every MAGA person ever riding a rascal. Okay, looks like there's still plenty of room down there if you want to cut back to the studio real quick. Hold on, let's keep checking. Let's keep checking in. Oh my God, hold on. Jeffrey Bourne now. I saw the Village People live. Believe it or not, they opened for the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, and Bill Wyman. Love them. I 100%, I won't even look that up. I 100% believe the Village People opened for the Rolling Stones. Are you kidding me? If you were Mick Jagger, would you not? If the Village People, like, dude, irregardless of what you think of the Village People, hold on. Let's just check in. I'm getting word there's more people down on the lawn. Oh my God, MAGA down. Oh my God. This is not good. I hope he's not a senator. Anyways, hold on. Jeff Reborn. So, listen, what I was saying about the Village People, Jeff says he's seen them live and they opened for the Stones. I 100% believe that because irregardless of what you think of the Village People, I want you to think about their hits. All right? This is where your taste does not matter. Oh, Felipe Rose is still alive? Good for him. I would love to interview some of these people, man. So I bet they have the most interesting, crazy stories. Village People hits. YMCA, Go West. I don't know that one. I don't know in Hollywood. Macho Man. Hot Cop. I don't know that one either. What do you mean? Where is In the Navy? How is that not one of their hits? How deep is your love? That's not one of their hits. That's ABBA. I love that fucking song. Are you seriously saying that In the Navy was not one of their hits? I will fight whoever did this on Google. I will fight you, because In the Navy is not listed as one of their hits. Anyways, but when you think of YMCA, Macho Man, In the Navy, right? Those are the three biggest ones I can think of. I do not know these other songs. I didn't even know they had other songs. I'm going to be very honest with you. But when you think of the Village People's three most dominant hits that you can't go to a wedding or some kind of event without hearing one of these, like that's more of a phenomenon than going viral now. Like, remember when SoundCloud was a big thing, and I think like Little Xanax or whatever like got a 2-year career out of SoundCloud, because like he probably boosted his own songs and I don't know, to get more Xanax. I have no idea. But remember, like, SoundCloud was like a thing, you know? And it was like making people into stars. The Village People did that without, like, they just did the hits, man. And they went more than viral. Like, they stuck, because viral, like, you aren't, what's a viral thing? Like, you ain't going to a wedding and hearing, you know, you're not going to a wedding to hear, you know, they're not opening the wedding with, hold on, I gotta get quicker with this. You're not opening a wedding with, that's not even a viral sound, because I can't think of something right now. But we're talking about late 1970s, right? Late 1970s, and the goddamn president is playing the Village People everywhere he goes. So I 100% agree that the Rolling Stones recognize the talent of these men and the hit factory they were cranking out in the 70s. And plus, I mean, when you know, it was the Stones, man. It's the Stones. They were ambiguous and also probably into the yuccaino, you know? They were probably into it. So I would just like to see what backstage at that show looked like. Holy Jesus. And be like, you should be walking everywhere. Be like, inappropriate, earmuffs, eye muffs. Oh my God. You did not want to be backstage at that show. Mick Jagger's ding-a-ling hanging out everywhere. Anyways, I have no idea. I'm just making this up. I'm just making this stuff up. When the Stones were recording Some Girls, Jagger and Wyman would come back from the Paris discos singing the Village People, and it drove Keith crazy, but they got their way and they opened for them. Oh my God, Jeff, please make sure you've hit subscribe. You are my VH1 behind the music with this. I thank you so much. That is amazing. That is amazing. I love finding out these little tidbits. In the Navy was their last top hit in '79, peaking at number 3. Thank you, Steve. See, that's why I looked it up on Google, and Google does not even show In the Navy, and that really makes me mad, because how do you not think of In the Navy when you think of the Village People? Like, who is putting the disrespect on the Village People on Google, man? I will fight you. And I'm not even a Village People person, if that makes any sense. Like, I ain't got none of their music on my thing. I didn't even know they had more songs. I thought they made 3 songs and quit. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know they were cutting music into 1998, 2022, my agenda. Are you kidding me? 1994, happiest day of the year, they did the Village People did a Christmas album in 2019. I am going to lose my shit. This is so amazing. I have to hear some of this stuff. I cannot get over this. So again, even if you don't like the Village People, this is not the point. They had a song called Magic Christmas. I have to hear that. I have to hear that. You can't not recognize a phenomenon when you see one. These people were unicorns. You know what I mean? It's just like a Gwar or Green Jelly Village People, Lady Gaga, Madonna. Like, this is a phenomenon. This is like, it catches like wildfire. And whether you like it or not, if I say in the Navy, you're singing it in your head. It doesn't matter if you like it. It does not matter. These guys were a hit factory. They dressed the part. They had the whole fucking, they owned the stage when they got on the stage. And I've never even seen them on the stage. I just know they wore outfits, and you're not wearing outfits like that to put on a bad show. Let me tell you. And this is coming from a guy who's seen Mariah Carey live, and I'm like, God damn, why would you put on that outfit? You're putting on a bad show. You know what I mean? Anyways. You know, technically, a village is a population less than 200. That implies that the people that went to Trump's fair are villagers. LOL. It was empty. Bots don't go to concerts. Yeah, that's Leona. Thank you for that comment. I really like that. I did not know technically a village is less than 200 people. The more you know. Hold on. Let me give Leona. I love that name too. That's a beautiful name. You don't hear that name often. Let me just say that, Leona. I wish I heard that name more. What is that, a British name? That seems like a British name. Are you very British? If you're not, it's okay. I just don't hear Leona often. But I like saying it. Leona. Let me give Leona this, because she said we just found out a village is technically less than 200 people. That's a throwback to all my elder millennials. And for all you young heads in the chat, give us elder millennials some respect, man. You know? It was hilarious how empty that shit was. Shows the Republicans have no real support. Leona, you're hitting it on the head right now. Because this is the whole thing. I've talked about it. Why do you think Elon bought Twitter? Why do you think Mark Bezos and Jeff Zuckerberg, or whatever their names are, all cozied up next to Trump? Because they want to be able to do whatever they want with their platform, including propagandize you to make you think, like in Mark Zuckerberg, or let's call him Jeff Zuckerberg. He looks like a Jeff. Jeff Zuckerberg, he literally was like, I'm filling my metaverse with bots. He's like, it's all fake people. No one can afford to be in here, and the few that can, I would need them to feel like this is a popular place. Like, this is their idea. And I talked about the story 1 or 2 weeks ago where this, I don't know, internet scientist, I don't know what you call these people. He was like, bots have outranked humans online now. And he's like, I didn't think this would happen for years. And he's like, well, here we are. So this is what you're seeing when we go. Let's go live right now to the Great State Fair. Let's check in. Oof. Oof. Like Leona said, bots do not attend state fairs. Oof. Oh, where's my Roblox? Oof. Hold on. This is the sound effect. Hold on. Ooh. When I see this, I go, hey. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. And this is the sound you heard before that dude hit the deck. Ooh. Don't be rude. You shut your mouth. You shut your pie hole, mister. You shut your pie hole. Oh, man. That is so funny. Yeah. So the bots ain't going. All right. We got to get to some news. What did we spend 20 minutes talking about the Village People? Oh, my God. All right, let's check in with Stephen. Oh my Jesus, I'm sorry. I should have said jump scare. I'm so sorry. Stephen Miller is right there. Everybody be careful. Cover your eyes. I don't know how he's in sunlight. I always get confused. He must be in shade. This must be like some kind of gremlin lighting. Remember gremlins couldn't be in direct light? That must be how like they get him on TV. They've developed some kind of LED that doesn't affect the gremlins. And he's like, I can do the interview. Here is Stephen Miller telling you, after the Supreme Court ruling yesterday where the precedent stood, which has been precedent for, I don't know, decades, that they can't just take away birthright citizenship because there's a long storied history behind it. I don't want to go into it. It begins with slavery and the enslaved people that, were brought here and then treated like they weren't Americans and they had to fight for it. Anyways, I'm not going into it. After that ruling that they thought the Supreme Court would just gift them a get to kick everybody out card, Stephen Miller had to show his little gremlin-esque face on TV and tell you what he was thinking. Here he is. Wait a minute.
Completely rethink. So you have to
Are we banning pregnant women from America?
You hear Jessica Waters, if you don't know. Jessica Waters saying, are we banning pregnant women from America? You know, his birthright citizenship, if someone's here pregnant, on vacation, or for whatever reason, and they have a kid here, they get citizenship, that kid.
Are we banning foreign pregnant women?
I love how they're laughing about this. Like, that's funny, right? And God forbid a pregnant woman, whatever the cost, may come here and have to have a baby. Instead, she just gets kicked the fuck out. And it's funny to these chodes. You know, these guys don't give a rip. It's not their pregnant wife. Why would you come here while you're pregnant? I'm sure they have a million excuses for you. But this is just the most destitute takes I've ever heard.
Well, what I'm saying, Jesse, is that...
Well, what I'm saying, Jesse, if you don't know, he talks like a fucking bimbo. This dude is a rich kid from Santa Monica. You can go look it up. And he talks like a Santa Monica beach bimbo. You ever been to Southern California? And there's those certain people that are like totally. Oh my God. That's how he talks. Listen.
That you have to now think very carefully about who you let into your country, even on a temporary basis, because...
Do you hear this? He's an uptalker. He ends all of his sentences going, basis, a basis. Like, dude, take a fucking speech class. Jesus Christ. It sounds like you're some, like, 19-year-old chick who just went to Santa Monica fucking community college and doesn't know how to fucking speak to people without ending every sentence like it's a question.
The possibility, as you said, for...
The possibility? I cannot listen to this dude without just mimicking him, because I can't believe that with this horrific gremlin face, a beach bimbo voice comes out, and he's like, is every sentence a question, Stephen? Why do you end every sentence with this inflection that goes up dramatically?
Birth tourism, right?
Birth tourism. Listen to this dude.
Country, even on a temporary basis, because the possibility, as you said, for birth tourism, right? The idea that people come here just to have babies on American soil, and that baby gets to be a citizen for life. So you have mothers that come in, fully pregnant, have a baby, go home, and again, that baby gets Medicaid, and that baby gets...
Wait, they go home, and America's sending Medicaid to their home? What the fuck are you talking? So Stephen Miller's telling you that birth tourism, guys, is when these women come in, they have a baby, they go back to the country of their home, and we're giving that baby Medicaid, you know, because most other countries have fucking universal health care. And what are they doing? Crossing the border every time they need to see a doctor? What are you talking about, Stephen? Seriously. Like, his frantic anxiety about not enough white people being here is making him make no sense.
Fully pregnant, have a baby, go home, and again, that baby gets Medicaid.
They go home, and then the baby gets Medicaid. Okay, so what you're telling me, in Mexico, that's where he's talking about, where they have universal health care now, these women that can afford to visit the U.S. to have a baby, they fly back home, and then what? They just plan all those doctor's appointments around vacations to the U.S.? Dude, if you watch Fox News, you must have brain damage.
And that baby gets welfare, and that baby gets cash assistance, and can send, leave the baby with, a cousin, a relative, whatever, and then just send welfare checks back home. You can support a whole family in the third world.
Maybe you don't know how much welfare checks are, buddy, but you can't. I love how his story switched in the middle, too. He was like, then they go back home, but then they actually leave the kid with the cousin, and they go back home, and they get the kid to get the welfare checks, and then they're sending it back. It's like, dude, this is so fucking muddled. Just be like, I don't want anyone from Mexico coming here. Just say that. Say how you feel. Say those people scare me, they breed quicker than me because I do not look like a breedable human, and this is my main concern, and I thought the Supreme Court was going to back me up on this, and now that they haven't, I have to come on your show and go on my little gremlin tirade about how people are coming here for birth tourism, and they're going back home, and then they're just visiting the U.S. because we have notoriously awesome fucking healthcare here.
So yes, you can't have the kinds of immigration programs other countries have.
Oh my God, you sound like a bimbo. Dude, you gotta watch his back, Steven. I don't want to make fun of Steven, but Steven, you should watch his back. You don't sound like the Americans we don't want here. I'd rather press fucking 1 for not up talking than ever have to press 1 for English. Like if they had a choice between press 1 for English or press 1 for no more up talking from Stephen Miller because he sounds like a bimbo, I would rather have that. I'd rather have to fucking learn Spanish than listen to this ear rake all over again.
When you can just have a baby here, and now
a baby her. I'm so sorry. I really can't listen to this guy without just being like, dude, you sound like a 19-year-old fucking girl at the beach.
that child is an American citizen. So there's a lot of things we're going to have to take a hard look at, Jesse.
Yeah, now we're going to have to take a hard... Dude, this has been happening. What are you talking about, man? This is not new. This didn't fucking happen yesterday. What are you talking about? How did this guy sniff panties to power? Like, what? Whose panties is this guy sniffing? He's got to be sniffing some good panties, man. He's got to be doing some OnlyFans panty sniffing like you never seen. Stephen Miller, oh my God. Bro, do you not only not have good ideas, but just you fucking trying to extrapolate those ideas from your head through your mouth is painful. Painful. I'd rather have Pablo Escobar than Stephen Miller, too. If you know anything about Pablo Escobar, man, that dude built fucking towns. He built hospitals, soccer fields. There's places in... Well, not only that, but he imported a lot of hippos to Colombia. Now they're, like, indigenous there. They can't get rid of the hippo problem. If you don't know that, look that up. Who was it? Some magazine did a whole spread on Colombia's hippo problem. Because Pablo Escobar had a zoo, and when he died, they just like went to the river, and that's an apex predator right there. The hippo don't get caught up too much, man. He don't have no static with nobody, or nobody wants static with him. And if you didn't know that, go spend the day, go spend the rest of your evening looking up Pablo Escobar's hippos. I promise you will love me for that. You will love me for that tidbit. But yeah, Pablo Escobar really invested into communities. I can't believe any woman would sleep with Stephen Miller. Well, you know, she's part vampire. If it was, what's that lady's name? Kristen something? Remember? She wanted to become a vampire, and Edward, she just wanted Edward to bite her. Like, I'm sure there's some fanatics out there where they're like, look at Nosferatu. I would love for him to bite me and make me eternal. Pablo loved people. And he wasn't no narc, man. You see President Trump narking on people all the time. We're going to play some President Trump, too. Wasn't he obsessed with milk, too? Dusty, was Pablo Escobar obsessed with milk? I never heard that, but that is where did you find out that? That's what I'd like to know. Dusty, were you traveling through the trails of Colombia and people were pouring out a little milk and they were like, this one's for Pablo. He loved the milk. There's someone for everyone. Amen to that. You would hope. There's skinwalkers that picked up those suits. Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple of female skinwalkers or slender women out there that would really love to rub Ken parts with him. You know, rub smooth plastic ends with him. I'm pretty sure that's what he has under his pantsuit. No vamp would look like Miller. Nah, you've been Hollywood's propagandized you, smoking blondie. Vampires don't look like Robert Pattinson. I hate to break it to everybody. You know? Birth tourism. No one wants to go to the shithole that is the USA. Anyways, get fucked, Yanks. We hate you. I love that comment. Rectangular prism head. I fucking love that comment. I agree with you wholeheartedly, you know? I'm like, yeah, a ton of people are coming here for, you know, medical debt. They're like, hey, you know where you can go and have a baby and get citizenship, and then if that baby has anything wrong with it, the insurance company will deny you through AI, and then you have to watch it die. Or we could just go back to our country where we have universal health care and don't have to pay fucking hospital bills like they do. I love that. This is how stupid people are. Americans are so stupid. They could hear Stephen Miller say like birth tourism, it's like a huge problem, you know? And these people are like, yeah, man, I know how good my health insurance is. I'm sure people are just crawling at that wall that Donald Trump built to get over it and get some of that fucking private insurance. I'm sure that's what's going on. Man, it must be nice to be as stupid as fucking Stephen Miller. You know, it must be nice to think like the American problem is birth tourism. You know, that's what's draining the system. It couldn't be the trillions in profit and the record-breaking profits the insurance companies have been making the past few years. It couldn't be that millions of people are getting kicked off their healthcare. It's the birth tourism. We figured it out, guys. Oh. We're going to talk about the crypto genius Donald Trump very soon. If you'd like to see what alligators are real folks and they're hiding everywhere. Not everywhere, not where it's too cold. This is, if you don't know, this is what a crypto genius looks like. Oh, what does this one say? Oh yeah, did you guys see this? Trump purchased 5 million of Axon stock before ICE awarded a $220 million taser contract. In any functioning democracy, this would have been called massive corruption, and he would have faced at least 2 years in jail. This is how you know the laws are meant to oppress you and not, you know, these fucking white collar criminals. This is how you know, because you can do this kind of insider trading, you know, and get 2 years maximum. Where I'm pretty sure in Louisiana, there's a guy doing like life in prison for having like a fucking gram of weed on him. Oh my God. This fucking country. This country. I think I mixed up the fact about Pablo Escobar's hitman bathing in milk to neutralize gunpowder with a different figure. Oh, that's interesting too. God damn. I love learning. Okay, so we gotta do some news. Here's some Fox. Here's Fox and not many friends. Well, let's see, what are you guys talking about? I forget. Oh yeah. Donald Trump's making deals left and right, but they're not with Iran. They're for him to get wealthier.
Sauer, the president was asked repeatedly about the money that he's made, his net worth going higher while in office, and here's how he responded at Andrews Air Force Base.
Get involved in my personal, we have funds that run my money.
He said he don't get involved in his money. Right. The guy who puts his name and photo everywhere, he just leaves it to chance. I got guys who do that. I guarantee you this is one of the things he says that is true. Donald Trump will say this shit. Looking good, sir. Oof. Oh my God. Looking good. Is that Saint Tropez natural tanning lotion? Looking good, my man. You are glowing today. It's your president. Worship it. Take it all in. Breathe it in. It smell like, you know, cocoa lotion and bad old diapers. But when he says, I don't know nothing about it, what did he specifically say?
We have funds that run my money.
He said,
get involved in my...
I don't get involved. He's got guys who run his funds, which not these two knuckleheads behind him, his two kids, you know, who are waiting patiently like, Dad, can I get in the car now? No, I told you, you're going to die in there. It's too hot. The windows aren't down. Oh, come on, man. Just want to play my GameCube. When Donald Trump says, you know, he don't get involved, he's got guys who run his thing. If you didn't know, Donald Trump said he didn't read Project 2025. Number one, because Donald Trump doesn't read. But number two, because he really didn't read it. And this was leaked a while ago, where he said, I didn't read it on purpose so I could tell people I didn't read it and be honest, because, you know, he's a notorious liar. And I believe this is one of the things where he's saying, like, I don't get involved with it. I got people who do it. And he's trying to be honest. But really what he does is he goes tell these little sniveling toads, like, hey, we're about to cut. Hold on. He says, listen, we're about to award ICE a $220 million contract. Go tell my guys to buy the stock of Axon, who does the tasers, if you've never seen. Fancy website, Axon. They do tasers for the cops and everything. So when they're awarding your tax money of that much to a taser contract, and he's buying that stock, and that stock shoots up after they get the contract, nah, maybe he's just telling his kids. He's like, yo, go tell Snivel and Toad, little weasel fund manager to buy this stock now. In 2 days' time, we cut the deal, stock goes up, sell it all. You know, this is how the criminal enterprise works, in case you didn't know. So when he says shit like that, you know, he's probably, I don't know if he's being honest, but he's probably just whispering to, I don't know, any of these panty sniffers that stand around him and being like, all right, before we award this contract, you know what to do. You know, like, these aren't smart criminals. Hopefully his whole family will be in prison soon.
Personally, we have funds that run my money.
You have funds that run my money. You should have put everything into a blind trust. You should have hidden it all, and you shouldn't be making any money right now. You're in public service, you fucking slime slug little guy. You absolute coward.
But you are benefiting.
But you are benefiting, she says.
Well, I've made a lot of money before.
I made a lot of money before. No, you didn't. You were broke as shit, man. Let's look at your let's look at your track record. I love how that's what like MAGA sticks to. They're like, oh, he's a very smart guy before. I'm like, did you not see any of the shit he ran before? Dude, he got a school shut down, a charity shut down, casinos shut down. You tell me he made a lot of money bankrupting casinos? Give me a break.
Before I became president, and they invest my money, and I don't talk to them. I don't even speak to them. So
I believe that. He's saying that because he doesn't speak to him. He goes directly to Todd Blanche, his criminal attorney. He says, Todd, before I cut these contracts, before I award this tax money to these companies, you go buy this stock. I want to be rich.
I have many people, I don't know what they call it.
And for all the Christians, you know what they say. For all the people who believe you're Christian and MAGA, number one, you're not. Number two, Jesus himself said, you can't love money and God. You can't do it. And this fucking dude loves money.
Closed accounts or something. You put your money in, and that's it. I don't talk to them. They're big.
Oh, really? That's it? You just put your money in and that's it? Then how are you buying that stock right before a government contract is awarded? If you just put your money in and it sits there. What, do you got a money market account? What, are you getting a fucking 6% interest rate every year? Give me a break, dude. We're not stupid.
Big institutions, and they run it. But yeah, I've had a great
They shouldn't be running it. That's the whole problem we're talking about. Where is this reporter? Why am I doing her job?
career. In business, I've had a great career.
Okay, so that was his response, and I want to give you the opportunity to expand on that.
Why would anybody expand on this? Why wouldn't you just be like, hi, we're Fox News. If any Democrat or Democrat socialist ever did this, we would be running earth-shattering fucking, openers and being like, the greatest corruption has just happened. America has fallen to the communists. I can't believe Joe Biden did this deal. He has a meme coin. He's selling digital trading cards. Can you believe he's selling a guitar made in China that says made in the USA with an American flag on it? Give me a fucking break, guys. Come on, man.
There's this story this week, too, about his son's making money off a deal in Kazakhstan. What's the what?
And his son's making money off a deal in Kazakhstan. That sounds a lot worse than anything Hunter Biden did. Jesus.
White House's position on all of these questions.
Well, I think the president said it best, and let's remember, Bill,
why does every broad who sniffs Donald Trump's diaper sound like this? This sounds like Carolyn Levitt, and it's not. I'll show you. This isn't Carolyn Levitt. Look, that's not. Maybe AI is among us.
Americans elected this president to office because he was an outsider who was tremendously successful in business, built the New York
Just name one.
City skyline.
He built the... Did this bitch just say he built the New York City skyline? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, if you believe that. If you believe that. If you believe that. If you believe the New York City skyline was built in the fucking 50s and 60s by Donald Trump. No. He was born in the 40s, so he would have had to build it in the 70s. If you believe Donald Trump built the New York City skyline in the 70s, when he was a ripe age of 30, suckling from his dad's teat. Oh man, I don't know what could help you.
And that's what Americans wanted. They wanted a businessman in office. So he has had a tremendously successful.
Again, this explains nothing about him making money on crypto and meme coins. Like, do you understand the distraction tactics right here? She's like, they wanted a businessman. They wanted a guy who was going to create a meme coin. What do you not get about that? They love meme coins. Ask the people who lost their life savings in it. They love it. They have a Donald Trump meme coin, which is not usable anywhere, but they have it. It's digital. If they get locked out of their wallet, I mean, they still have it. It's not worth anything, but they have it. This is why they elected a businessman. This is what this bitch is saying. The fucking question was like, dude, he's profiting off the presidency. This isn't like a make-believe. He's reporting $635 million in meme coin income. And she's like, yep, it's exactly what they voted for. A meme coin president. Okay, can you just fucking not say the regurgitated, I'm a business guy. They wanted a guy in the Oval Office who was going to be cryptoing. He was going to be crypto maxing, meme coin maxing. That's what they wanted. They didn't want anything else. I'm doing the war. I'm doing the memes. Okay? That's what I got voted in here for. What did they say? When they were like a blanket, they got ultimate authority. What did they call that? You know?
Career, of course, his assets are in a blind trust. He has no control.
He did say that. He said he's got fund fucking managers doing his dirty work, which he's just passing along notes like this was 8th grade. Do you like me? Do you not like me? You know, he's like, please buy Axum, pass that to my guy so I could say on TV I didn't talk to him.
All of those trades, he's pretty busy as president. He's not doing.
Really? He's pretty busy? I'm pretty sure you're showing him standing in front of a car just yapping away.
Those trades from the Oval Office as he's making decisions for our country. But look,
you think he's so busy when he's tweeting on the social media site he created to tweet from that he can't reach out and tell his guy to buy stock? Are you kidding me?
as he said, all of his policies, historic tax cuts, the largest tax
for corporations include that. Historic tax cuts for corporations. I can't believe this. In the background right now, do you see, hold on. In the background is Eric Trump, and he's taking a picture of his own dad in this video. He literally got his camera out and taking a picture of his own dad. That is so sad. That is so fucking sad. You almost feel bad for the Trump kids, and then you realize they're Trump kids. And you're like, you know, they're fucking this world up pretty hard. I don't feel that bad. But just watching his son stand 20 feet away taking a picture of his dad. Oh, that's sad.
cut in history, which, by the way, every Democrat voted against, bringing investments into our country to create jobs, creating Trump accounts to build a financial safety net for American children. These are policies.
Why doesn't he just expand the social safety nets we already have? Why did he have to detract and take away and defund all the social safety nets we had so only people who wanted to theoretically invest the $1,000 could have a safety net if their kid even survives America for 18 years?
Policies that uplift all Americans. So yes, the president.
All Americans. I'm pretty sure those tax cuts for corporations ain't helping all Americans.
The president has had a pretty successful career in the past, as you know.
No, he hasn't. Then tell me about Trump University or the Donald Trump charities, the Trump Taj Mahal. Could you just tell me about Trump steaks? What about his airline? Anything? I would love to hear about it. Anna Kelly, is that your name? You disgrace the hair that's red on your head.
These are policies that are uplifting and making all.
You know, red hair is so beautiful, and this bitch is really ruining it for me. God damn.
Americans wealthier. And
did you hear the guy go, okay. He's like, wow, she is really on one. Her data chip is really spitting fire right now for Donald Trump, best businessman ever. Why wouldn't he make billions in crypto?
These are policies that are uplifting and making all Americans wealthy.
He goes, okay. That is a man who is beaten down. That is a man who's like, yo, we gotta rap, lady. You gotta stop. Oh my God, did everybody hear that fucking dude in the studio? What's his name? They don't say. His name's probably like Chet something. Chet Banana. I'm Chet Banana. orange like the sun. I'm matching my president today. And he just goes, okay. Sometimes it's the little things in life that are just so beautiful.
In the past, as you know, but these are policies that are uplifting and making all Americans wealthier and more prosperous.
Okay. He goes, oh, he didn't think he was on the air. Oh my God. Did you hear that? He goes, okay. And then he goes, okay, well, we've got to wrap it up now. He probably didn't think his mic was live, and he was just like, oh my God, fuck, I'm so glad Anna Kelly's out in the field right now. Jesus, this bitch will wear you down. I'm getting a bald spot listening to her. Listen to this. This is so goddamn. This is how you know, it's like, even Fox News is kind of like, oh, we've been doing this for 10 years. They're like, we're not getting any richer. We can't buy any more homes. We can't buy any more yachts. They're like, God, we just got to brown news this guy until we're exhausted. Listen, he goes, listen to this dude. He's in the studio, right? This is the shit I love. I think this is from me being in radio for so long. When you realize those little things where you're like, oh, dude, this guy didn't know his mic was on. And then it was probably his producer. His producer fucking to him. He was like, are we live? And producer's like, no, you're good, you're good, you're good. He's like, oh, okay. And he's like, you're live. He's like, oh, okay. Well, thank you, Anna Kelly, out in the field. Listen to this. This is fucking brilliant.
Has had a pretty successful career in the past, as you know, but these are policies that are uplifting and making all Americans wealthier and more prosperous.
Okay, Dana and I are heading to Washington, D.C. this afternoon. Can't wait to get down there. We'll see how
He goes, okay. He goes, okay, well, Dana and I are trying to get down to that very stunning 250th anniversary. We're really excited to get down there, parsing through the crowds. It's looking like a blast out there, Anna. Thanks for reporting. And she's like, just let me tell you one more thing. Donald Trump smells amazing. Have you seen his glisten in the sun? Oh, my God. That Fox News dude is getting fired. They're like, you didn't sound chipper enough, buddy. You, Chet Banana, whatever his name is. I don't know what his fucking name is. Oh my God. Sorry, I haven't been reading any of the how much in crypto did he make in kickbacks for selling pardons to former drug lords? Probably a ton. He's not reporting that. You know, he's not reporting that income. He's only reporting the meme. Well, he's reporting more of it. The funny thing is, Melania meme coin only made like 6 million or 60, which still, for any American, you'd be like, oh, I don't care what gas costs. I have 6 million. You'd be like, I don't give a shit. You know, but it's just funny that they even Donald was like, Melania, everybody loved your movie. We're launching a meme coin. For you, we're going to call it Smelania, because they put the dollar sign in front of Melania. So it says Smelania, Smellania. Oh, that is embarrassing for her. You know, your husband's hauling in half a bill, and your meme coin didn't do dick, you know? How's Epstein Island gonna look this Christmas, Melania? You know, when you guys all go to your secret Lord of the Flies meeting, and like, how are we gonna keep this shit wrapped up? Who else do we need to invade? Let's hear from Donald. He's just looking so good today. Would you agree? Fuck. What a handsome man. Look at that. The sun glistening off his wrinkles, hair blowing back, bald spot. I mean, you are... I get why that 34-year-old Natalie Harp is obsessed with you. What is he talking about here? You're profiting off the presidency. All right, let's hear what he has to say. Critics are saying, watch your mouth, bitch. Everybody's saying it.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up.
He just said, well, I am probably. Okay, so he's admitting to crimes. Oh, America. America. You just heard it there, folks. Critics are saying you're profiting off the presidency. He goes, well, I probably am. I would like to enter into evidence this tape of the president.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have
No, not everybody's profiting.
a 401k,
I love how they're like, you got a 401k? Looks like you're profiting off the presidency too. And he's like, the reporter's like, I'm not the president. I'm not in public service. I'm a reporter. What are you talking about? Are you all right? Is that wind fucking blowing your brain out your ear? My God, look at his hair. Ugh. That's not a good look. I'm sorry. You look amazing, Mr. President. Looking good today, sir.
how's your 401k done?
How's your 401k? I love the... How is any reporter eating this bait? You know? Like, if these reporters were fish, we'd catch them all, because they are stupid, man. She goes, critics are saying you're profiting off the presidency. He goes, yeah, probably am. How's your 401k? It looks like you're profiting off the presidency, too. It's like, dude, this is the president. Be like, you think all presidents should just be profiting off of it? You think they should be trading stocks while sitting in the... Did you yell at Nancy Pelosi about this? Haven't we all yelled at Nancy Pelosi about this? And now you're just like, what about you? Huh? Oh, you don't have a 401k? Oh, I see. You're not profiting off the presidency either then. Like, this is the dumbest fucking logic. I can't believe he has adult children and they're not like, I can't be around this guy. This is an embarrassment. Never mind that he keeps pooping his pants everywhere, but just the shit he says. It's intolerable.
It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you, President Trump. Oh, man. That's the true mark of a man right there. Thank you, me. Thank you, me. Thank you. Oh, exhausted by you people. I do a little dabble-do insider trading, but I bring your stock market fucking portfolio all the way up, and nobody's thanking me. Everyone's like, you're profiting off the presidency. I'm tired of this.
So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash. And
Jesus Christ, he said it twice. The dude is admitting to crimes on TV. The guy is like, we're all you're profiting a little bit. I'm profiting a little bit. Who cares who's president? You could have been president. What you think I would have been asking you? You profit off the president? Why are you giving me such a hard time? Jesus Christ. Fucking dude, MAGA, you are the dumbest fucking people. I can't even deal with it. I cannot deal with they ran on Drain the Swamp. They ran on fraud and abuse. Like their whole thing, MAGA's whole thing is like, we got to get rid of the frauds. We got to get rid of the waste and abuse. We got to drain the swamp. And the president has said twice on fucking TV. He's like, of course I'm what am I going to do? Be president and not trade on stocks before I give these companies fucking government contracts? Really? You wouldn't be doing that? Oh my God. What a bunch of lames. And then the motherfucker doubled down. And then he doubled down. And he was like, of course. I'm profiting. Your 401k one's doing pretty good. How is the Dow? Who cares who's president? You know what I mean? You could be standing here. I could be holding the microphone. It's about tomato. Oh my God. Dude, somebody, citizens, arrest this man. Like, if I was there, I would have been like, all right, here's the zip ties. I got to put you in cuffs, buddy. I would have been like, you just admitted to a felony. I'm locking you up and I'm taking the beast with me. Get in the back. No, you can't get in the back. You sit in the front. The back is too nice. Like, this is fucking nuts. This is nuts. And we're not even like a quarter way through the news right now. We're like on audio number 3. And he's already admitted twice, of course I'm profiting off the presidency. And MAGA's like, that's because he's a smart businessman. He's the smartest. He made the meme coin. I sunk my life savings into it. The reason this is so funny that this motherfucker made $500 million off of meme coins is because we're not buying it. Regular, good fucking Americans who have some kind of backbone and are not in this cult are not spending our money on Trump meme coins. You know who is? The Saudis, the Qataris, Putin probably, China, and all of MAGA. All of MAGA that could scrape their fucking rainy day fund together for the launch and get sniped the fuck out by Donald Trump's fund managers and lose all of their money. That's why this is so hilarious. And they'll never admit it. They won't even tell their wife or their husband or, you know, the fucking NASCAR dinner plates with Donald Trump's face on it that we can't order your specialty box this month. We're having some rough times. They'll never admit it, but it doesn't matter because who's buying Trump meme coin? Looking great, sir, by the way. Really, that face does not look like you're puckering a butthole right there. Who's buying the Trump meme coins? It's not MAGA. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not in MAGA, you weren't like, oh, hot damn, Trump's coming out with a meme coin. Let me jump on that launch. Like, that's not happening. That's why I keep saying, like, didn't Logan Paul do this? One of the Paul brothers did this. And the whole backlash from CoffeeZilla was they ripped off their own fans. Like, once you rip off your own fans, normally if you rip off your own fans, people get angry. They're like, oh, I can't trust this guy. MAGA is the one fucking lump of human clay that are like, you know what? I believe the Trump coin's gonna bounce back. And Donald Trump's like, all right, I've cashed the fuck out. Here's my income on my meme coin. That shit's dead. On to the next one. And they're like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna bounce back, guys. When you understand that this money is not just, you know, foreign monarchs and other authoritarians bribing the president, and you understand that there's a good portion of it that is good old American MAGA just investing in their beloved president's meme coin, and that's what he's reporting, that he siphoned the wealth out of the people he promised to make shit affordable for. It's hilarious. And we have to laugh at them, you know? Like, if your friend, you know, stumbles and falls down the stairs and hits his dick on a skateboard, like, you're gonna giggle. You know, you'd be like, hey, did you die? No? All right. He's like that, you know? It's like, of course you're gonna laugh. We didn't watch America's Funniest Home Videos to see people not get hurt. You know, you want to see that little kid swing that wiffle ball bat right at his dad's nards and just go, oh, and everybody in the living room laughed. Okay, if you weren't alive in the late 80s and 90s, it was a TV show. You couldn't skip the commercials. You had a clicker. I don't know how to explain America's Funniest Home Videos. It's probably streaming somewhere. But we all watched it for the pain, you know? Same thing with this. Like, this is America's Funniest Home Videos now. Donald Trump's on TV admitting, of course I'm profiting off the presidency. You think I'm going to lead a bunch of rubes to wealth? These poor peasants don't deserve it. He's like, look at them. They'll buy anything I sell, and I don't even make that shit. It's made in China. Like, he understands who his audience is. This is a guy who gets his audience. You know, he told them right to their face, I don't like smart people, and I like the uneducated. And they were like, hurrah, sir, we're behind you. Like, I can't fucking get over this. This is brilliant. Where's Theo Vaughn? I want to know how much money Theo Vaughn invested in Trump meme coin. Because you know Theo Vaughn did. Oh, God, he'll never say. I hope one day they do an expose on Theo Vaughn. And they're like, and it turns out Theo Vaughn was holding 5,000 Trump coins in a crypto wallet. You know Theo Vaughn did. Theo Vaughn, just admit it. That's why you had that panic attack on Joe Rogan. You were like, I don't think that shit's going up, man. I didn't sell. I was not on the end. Oh my God. Is that where you're supposed to sell? Come on, Theo.
So we're all profiting.
No. We're not all profiting. But I like the part where you say, I'm profiting off the presidency. Say that again.
So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and
I'm profiting because I have a lot of money. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing with that money. Maybe buying stocks. Allegedly. Right. You're just profiting because you have a lot of money. We understand how money and compounding interest works, but what we were here to ask you, sir, is about the stocks you were trading and the meme coins that you were selling to Americans. I love it. I can't wait till this is played in court. You know what I mean? I can't wait till this audio is played in court. Like, so, did you profit off the presidency, sir? And he's like, man, I don't think so. Pretty sure it was that reporter asking me those pesky questions. Old enough to remember when Jay Carter, old Jimmy Peanut Farm Carter, sold his farm. By the way, Ace Ventura, great movie. Old enough to love that movie. God, go watch that. Oh my God, smart people don't like me. I love the uneducated. Hot damn. Thank you, by the way, for the $2 super chat, Ace Ventura. Great movie. Everybody go watch it. Virtual reality for me. What's up? Shy Pixie, Troll Slayer. Klondike Mom. What's up, Canadians? What's up? 100 likes. Let's go. Oh, thank you, Eric. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. Let's get to 100 likes. Come on, we could do that. Come on, where are you going to get this kind of mocking of the president? This isn't happening everywhere. Ben Shapito's not doing it. Mount Walsh isn't doing it. Tim Pool's got his head way up this guy's ass. You know, Jesse Waters, Stephen Miller. You're not going to hear this kind of critique of the president anywhere else. I get it. Hassan's busy with all the socialists in Colorado. They won again. Hurrah! Hurrah! And Valenti Vids. He's doing a great job of what he does, you know. My Italian comrade, but nobody's gonna make fun of it. But no one's pointing this shit out like I am. And we're learning stuff. A village is less than 200 people. Thank you to whoever, I forget who in the chat told me. Oh, Leona. Leona. You could never forget that name. What kind of name is Leona anyways? You want to say it's Italian, but I feel like it could be Irish. And then again, it could be sub-Saharan African. I don't fucking know. That's why I'm asking you. You guys know more than me sometimes. I'm just here to make fun of this old turd. Ben Shapito's still alive. Oh man, his company is failing. It was not an honor serving with you, Ben, on the internet. But Ben Shapito's company is failing. I don't know if those fracking brothers, what are they, the Wilkes brothers? The Wilkes oil fracking brothers made billions in Texas off of oil fracking. They funded Ben Shapito's startup, the Daily Wire, probably because his daddy wouldn't give him any more allowance. And now that they've realized, like, this is a heavily botted show, this is not real people, this is, you know, not a take anybody wants to hear anymore, his audience is left, which is hilarious. It's going to happen to Joe Rogan, too. You know, you can only act Fed-coded for so long. But yeah. Benny Boy ain't making the rounds like when he was dunking on those freshmen in college, you know? He's just not making the rounds anymore. I think people are catching on that when you say climate change, let's say it's real, and all the fucking coastal homes get flooded, you just sell your home. And then H. Bomber Guy, another internet legend, has to come in and be like, to who, Ben? Are they selling the houses to Aquaman? You're not selling an underwater home. Have you ever tried to sell a water-damaged fucking flood zone home? Yeah, Ben. I know your daddy tells you all about all the real estate he owns, but you should just try to come to reality once in a fucking while to make sense, you know? And I just think, you know, America's caught on. To Ben, not to him. Not to him being like, yeah, cool, hey, you profit a little, I profit a little, what's the difference? What, I'm the president and that matters? Come on.
I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash, and I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing or not, but...
Wait, did he just say, I'm profiting because I have a lot of cash that I give to institutions, which would probably be the stock market, and he doesn't know what they're doing. Why would you, listen, if you're a smart businessman like Anna Kelly fucking on Fox News claimed he was, why would you say I have a lot of money that I give to institutions and I don't know what they're doing? Are they even good with money? I don't know. Did I give it to Waffle House? Who really knows? But I'm just giving the money and maybe I'm profiting. Like, just listen. I want you to listen to the president's words. I'm not making this shit up. He's telling you himself. He's like, hey, but I got a lot of money. I give it to some institutions. Do they know what they're doing? Nobody knows. And they're like, sir, you made $500 million on a meme coin. He's like, hey, lucky roll of the dice, I guess. I should get a lotto ticket.
I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing.
You don't know if they know what they're doing, but you're giving them a lot of money? Is that smart business manning? Is that what the kids call business maxing? I have a lot of money. I give it to institutions. I don't know if these institutions know what they're doing. It's like MAGA at home, like, all right, get a lot of money, give to institutions does not matter if institutions know what they're doing. Really? This is the smart businessman? This is business acumen? Jesus Christ, save me.
Not, but they buy a vast array of things.
Like I said, he's talking about the stock market. My follow-up question would have been like, do you expect to go to jail once you get out of the White House? Do you think they'll give you a cell next to Ghislaine Maxwell at that camp you sent her to in prison? Hold on, what is this one? You've had a lucrative year. What message does that send to struggling Americans? Are you ready for this, struggling Americans? Oh God.
Your financial disclosure told you had a very lucrative year last year. What message does this send to average Americans, especially those who may be struggling right now financially?
I don't get involved in my personal. We have funds that run my money.
His message to Americans is, I got funds who run it. I got fund managers. You know, the guys I'm here to make sure they follow the law and not gut the SEC like I did, and you know, the guys that I can give the government contracts to for the money that they could or could not be investing in, which could make me a lot of money. That's my message to struggling Americans. It's not me, guys. It's those pesky fund managers. Great message, sir. Great message. Thank you. What is this one? Oh yeah, we have socialism in America ushered in by Donald Trump. Not just Hassan, you know, out there door knock maxing for the Democratic Socialists, which go look them up in your area, support them. There's a new socialist wave coming, and Donald Trump's leading it. Here's him talking about socialism, the government owning part of a company. I say just own the whole thing, but the funny part is at the end. Remember, this is the art of the deal, Donald Trump. This is the guy who is so good at business. I want you to pay attention to what he says.
And then I got as a gift, another gift, I said to Intel, give the United States, they needed something, they needed some help, the chip maker. I said, give the United States of America, I'll do it for you, but give the United States of America 10% of your company. He said, you have a deal. He said it so fast, I said I should have asked for more.
You hear that? He said it so fast, I should ask for more. Here's a lesson that I've taught you if you've hit subscribe and been with me for a while. Please do hit notifications to all. I try to teach you this to people all the time. When you go into a negotiation or you go into any kind of business meeting, do not sell yourself short. Ask for something you think they're not going to accept. Ask for something much higher than you ever normally would. Whatever number you rationally believe you deserve, tack on 25, 35, 45%. Just do that. Let them talk you down. You don't go in like old fart of the deal Donald Trump, where he literally just said,
but give the United States of America 10% of your company.
He said to Intel, give the United States of America 10% of your company. What did they say, sir?
He said, you have a deal. He said it so fast, I said I should have asked for more.
He said it so fast, I said I should ask for more. That's a bad deal maker right there. You go, you know what, we'll take 50% of the company and I'll cut you the deal. That's right, America's going into socialism. We're going to own these private companies, nationalize them, and let the people profit off of this stuff. But instead of saying 50% of Intel, Donald Trump sold America short, said 10%. They were like, fucking deal. We got it. 10%. That's it. They turned around. They were like, this guy wrote the art of the deal. Give me a break. Give me a break. What a dummy. And even Donald Trump's admitting that. Even Donald Trump, vocally out his own butthole mouth, is saying, oh man, I sold myself short. I said 10%. They agreed right away. I should ask for more. Well, you shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Bad deal maker.
10% of your company. He said, you have a deal. He said it so fast, I said I should have asked for more. But he said, you have a deal.
I should have asked for more. That is truly the mark of a good negotiator. Fuck, they agreed so quick. I should have said more, shouldn't I have? The art of the deal. You know, when you've seen, listen, if you've spent any time in business, I used to have to negotiate contracts and all that. You know the mark of the beast, right? That savage Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street comes walking in. He's like, listen here, we're asking for 10%. And they're like, deal, shake on it. We'll sign the contract right now. And he's like, fuck yeah, man. And everyone cheers for him, right? That's how it goes. They're like sold on the first offer. We didn't even have to negotiate down to 10%. Holy shit, we thought he was going to ask for 30. Brilliant. Aaron Mag is here. Good to see you back, Aaron Mag. You even got to admit, that is the true dealmanship. That is the talent of a fucking negotiation queen. Right, Aaron? You love Trump. And hearing him say, God damn, I should ask for more. They agreed so quick. That just shows how smart he is. He didn't think to ask for a higher number. He just said, let me go as low as I can, see if they agree. Oh, they did? Oh, God, dang it. Oh, could have got more. You know, that is, man. He talks like a mob boss. Yeah, maybe if a mob boss was already sleeping with the fishes, I don't think he, listen, if you know, what's his name? Michael something. He runs a Christian kind of MAGA channel on YouTube. I got his book over there. An Offer You Can't Refuse. Michael. Goddamn. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you who he is. Where is it? Oh, Franzese. Michael Franzese. Listen, Michael Franzese. Sorry. You can look him up. He's on YouTube. I met that dude a bunch of times. When I was working in radio, he came in, did an interview. He was a mob boss. Michael Franzese spent time in prison. He's a MAGA YouTuber. I don't understand how Michael Franzese, listen, man. I do not understand how you could be MAGA and also for Christ. Like, it's just, those things, it's like oil and water, brother. Just be true to your fucking, you know, to your God, whatever that is, because I don't think it's Jesus if you're worshiping this one, all right? And maybe he's not MAGA anymore. Maybe he's seen the error of his ways, but, you know, I bring up Michael Franzese because that was a dude who was literally in the mob, and he spoke nothing like this fucking idiot. Nothing. Concise words. Go watch him. He's on YouTube, you know, from Michael Franzese. And then play Donald Trump. Shit, I'll do it now. I'll play some Michael Franzese back to Donald Trump, and you tell me if he sounds like a mob boss. We'll play a mob boss, and not one from the movies. I'm talking about like a dude who was, hold on, Franzese. There we go. All of this stuff is clickbait. Does he have any shorts? Let's go to his short. Which mob actors? Nope. Did Epstein? No. Oh my God. Could Robert De Niro survive as a mobster? This is so funny.
Robert De Niro, Goodfellas, Casino, The Irishman, A Bronx Tale, The Blueprint. He studied real wise guys obsessively. He grew up around Little Italy. He carries himself with quiet menace. I got to tell you this. I think he's not a made guy. No question in my mind. He's not a made guy. But since he grew up around it, he studied it, he knows the life, I think...
Okay, that just cut off. Let me see if there's something else I could play. Oh, he's talking about the Epstein files. Here we go.
Why are we not seeing the videotapes? Where are they? I think we really need to see them. And the Department of Justice is saying that, well, we don't want to, we don't want to give out the names of the young girls. Well, blot them out.
I agree with him. See, I like Michael. I don't know why he was MAGA a while, I don't know if he's still MAGA. You could still be MAGA and saying this. That's the craziest part to me. It's like, dude, Donald Trump is blocking him out because his fucking name's all over him. Come on, man. You can't be a wise guy and this stupid, you know? Like, you can't be a wise guy and then be like, why aren't we getting the names? What's going on here? I don't know. Have you not fucking heard of Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche? Give me a break, bro. I hate when these people do this. Him, Joe Rogan, they're like, why are we not getting the names of the Epstein? Why are they keeping them from us? I don't know, because this dude is best friends with him, sent him fucking poetry on his birthday. Maybe that's why. Really? Is this confusing to you? Oh my God, how did you survive the mob? But anyways, that's what he sounds like. And here's what this goofball sounds like, this golden back gorilla.
401k done. It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump.
Yeah, a lot of mob bosses are going, well, thank you, Big Fat Saul. Thank you, Hairy Tony. Thank you, Two Papers. Thank you. They're not acting like an entitled little brat who didn't get thanked for fucking, clearing his plate. I'm sorry, whoever said that. I didn't mean to go that. Animal spirit, a wannabe mob boss. There we go. I would say that. I didn't mean, there was none of that was pointed at you. I don't want you to think so. Just sometimes some people say stuff like, he sounds like a mob boss. I'm like, I've sat in a room with the mob boss and he sounds nothing like it. He don't even sound like the mob bosses on the TV. He don't sound like Tony Soprano. He don't sound like, anyone of Goodfellas. He sounds like a petulant fucking brat. Just somebody who's always like, God, what else do I got? I got to profit off this presidency until you thank me? Jesus, I'm out of here. It's like, he just sounds like a little baby. Oh my goodness. Tell me more about profiting off the presidency. Sounds so good to MAGA.
Fast, I said I should have asked for more.
Should have asked for more. That's the one. All right. Now can we hear from this mustachioed man? You want to see a good mustache? Let me show you a good mustache. That is a fucking finely tuned mustache if I've ever seen one. I could probably do that with mine. Well, I'd have to let it grow out. But I wouldn't even want to compete. When that guy goes to the handlebar mustache convention every year, he walks in and people bow. They hit the deck. That's why Trump probably hired him. Who is this guy? What did he do? Former Trump White House lawyer, Ty Cobb. So he was a Trump lawyer. And that's probably exactly why Trump hired him. Either that or this guy has a really fucking young wife. And Donald Trump is like, who's married to that one? Just put him somewhere. I'd like that lady around more. And if you don't think that's true, Donald Trump has said that about people. He's like, never mind what this guy could do. I saw his wife, immediately hired. Merit-based. Did I say merit or I meant boobies? All right, Ty. And this is a Trump dude. This guy, I mean, he kind of looks MAGA. Let's be very honest. He was probably at the Teddy Roosevelt Museum opening today. I'll play some of that audio for you in a minute. He was there. He was like, I have this mustache when Teddy got off the steam engine. All right, Ty.
What is your reaction to the scale of what we're seeing in this disclosure of how much Trump is earning from these crypto ventures? Over $1 billion last year alone, right? This isn't a cumulative number. It's in 1 year. An industry he's actively promoted and supported and done policy executive orders related to. Is it legal?
And has a stable coin and has a meme coin. You forgot those. He didn't just promote it. He's not just the promoter of it, but he's the president. Remember those commercials? It's like Hair Club for Men. What was those commercials? Hair Club for Men. I'm not only a client, but I'm also the president. That's like Donald Trump's whole thing. He probably saw that commercial too. He was like, crypto, I'm not only running a meme coin, but I'm also your president. I should figure a way to force you to buy it. Executive order.
Cool.
I don't believe so. Certainly, I don't think it was contemplated by the founders when they created the Emoluments Clause.
Oh, really? You don't think the founder... Why is TV so stupid? This is why I can't watch TV. I do not think that here I am with my handlebar mustache and my good old Tarleton unfiltered cigarette. My doctor says they're good for my throat. This guy probably still is a doctor from the 70s. He's like, I just got off the phone with my doctor who said Tarletons go down smooth and they're good for my lungs. And then I just watched some Fred Flintstone cartoons where in the middle they did commercial for Winston cigarettes. Those are real things, by the way. I love how he goes, I don't think the founders thought that crypto scams would be a good thing in the year 2026. No shit. No shit. Fuck, I want to rip this guy's handlebar mustache into just a good just a droopy one, you know? You didn't think the founders. No one gives a shit about the founders. You're a lawyer. Tell us the fucking precedent set, you know? Tell us about old Peanut Carter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear about the founders. I got to hear MAGAs talking about the founders envisioned a white nation. You know, you got to hear them all day long. I don't want to hear this dude telling me about the founders. God damn, I hate you, TV. What is this, CNN? Aaron Burnett? I hold you personally responsible. You don't let him get away with that shit. You say, that's what I would do. If I had a CNN show, I'd be like, hey, no founder talk here. We're not talking about these old dead white guys. We're talking about real laws right now. Who can zip tie this man? Throw him in the paddy wagon. Bring him down to the county.
I do think that one of the line items, of course, is the commemorative coins.
I forgot he was selling $12,000 commemorative coins. Remember when the UFC fight was being debaucherous on the front of the White House lawn? During the UFC fight, because you probably didn't watch it, because you had to get a Paramount Plus subscription so he could help out his buddy Larry Ellison. This is a huge RICO fucking case waiting to happen. Donald Trump was selling $12,000 Donald Trump commemorative coins. Oh my God. People that can buy a $12,000 commemorative coin are not watching Paramount Plus. They have Paramount Plus Plus Diamond.
Several $100 million of income related to those coins. How can that be anything other than trading on his image and likeness in violation of the Emoluments Clause? With regard to the crypto, obviously that's, it's a slimy industry. Certainly the way he's going around it, where he creates policies that can only enrich himself and his family, is something that I think the average American should be staggered by. But you mentioned the scale, and I think the scale here is just, it's intentional. There's no question. I mean, we are seeing the greatest onslaught of corruption in the...
Of course it's... Again, I don't mean to make fun of this elderly man with a clearly fucking manicured mustache, but what were you going to say? I don't know if this is intentional. Maybe they made $1 billion by accident and did all those executive orders by coincidence. Like, no shit, it's intentional. Dude, what are you trying to do? Ugh, America is so stupid. Yes, you're right. It was. I do see now. That $1 billion was intentional. I guess this combats when Donald Trump was like, I'm profiting off the presidency because I have a lot of money and I give it to institutions, but I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know what they're doing. And here's this guy being like, no, this was clearly intentional. Those companies did know what they were doing. Okay. I don't know why I play this for you. I really don't. We're just all getting stupider. Thank you, Ty Cobb, former Trump White House lawyer, for telling us, I think this is intentional shit. I don't think these are coincidences. This is like a bad Scooby-Doo episode. Oh, there's morons everywhere.
History of mankind in the last 18 months. We have the $1.8 billion that he and Todd Blanche tried to take from...
At this point, if I was, what's her name? Aaron Burnett? Aaron Burnett. I would be like, Ty, do you think that's intentional too? Where'd you go to law school? Fucking Phoenix University?
American taxpayers through the, phony settlement of a contrived controversy with which he was going to, pay off his friends.
Do you think that was intentional too, Ty? Aaron, why aren't you chirping in here? You should be asking if all these are intentional, because if they're not, then this is just a big accident, and he should just get away scot-free.
This is somebody who every day is devoted to the accumulation of wealth and power.
What? No. Oh, no. MAGA, did you hear that? Ty Cobb is alleging Donald Trump likes wealth and power. Oh my God. Whew. This should have a warning on it.
You know, this
should have parental advisory explicit words on it. Oh my God, I'm gonna write my senator.
You said it's 900, I think it's 937 pages. I could be off by a few, but it's got to be the longest.
Goddamn Rain Manning out right there. 937 pages. 937 pages.
Disclosure in the history of the American presidency, and when you talk about
Aaron's like, yeah, that's amazing. Aaron, I don't think you're listening to this interview, and I think you should be fired. Who owns CNN? Oh, that's right, it's Larry Ellison. He just owns all the TV. Larry Ellison, here's my plea to you. Do you think you could fire her? I don't think she's doing a good job. Like, what did you have this guy on for? Why did I play this? Aaron, get in there. Be like, so how much prison time can he get? Do you think that they will pepper spray him in the mouth when they arrest him? Do you think they will scream, stop resisting? Like, come on, man. Liven this up, dude. Give us a color commentary, Ty Cobb, on what happens next.
The scale, you've got Hunter Biden, who, if they traced every dollar that he was accused of ever having, he couldn't ante in the game that Trump is playing. Trump is playing with billions. They were playing with millions. And this disclosure, on top of the disclosure that he issued last month, where he listed recent trades, up to $750 million in trades, many of which involved government contractors.
Yes. So, Ty, my one follow-up is, what do we do, Ty? Jesus Christ. They're just like, man, you are not going to believe this. It's like billions of dollars. Yeah, we can read, Ty. We know. You're not here as a lawyer to tell us what the fuck he did. It's to tell us how the law applies to this. Oh my God. Does Ty not know that? Bad lawyer. Bad lawyer. Bad lawyer. You're focused too much on your mustache and not enough on the law. That's my critique of Ty Cobb. Not the baseball player. Or maybe. I don't know. He is pretty old. But I don't think it's a baseball player. Pretty sure this one was Trump's former lawyer. But Ty, bad job. You're not a finance guy. You're not a journalist. You're supposed to come on and say, like, this is how we crack down on this bullshit. You're supposed to come out here and say, you can't handle the truth, and other memes from Hollywood. Ty, fuck you. All right, do you guys want to hear Trump at the Teddy Roosevelt thing or Alex Karp from Palantir? This guy who wants you all to be sprinkled with urine-laced fentanyl, or more of, did you guys not see? Look at this. They made everyone behind him dress like Teddy Roosevelt, which is adorable. I'm sure they all went back to some log cabin and drank Kool-Aid after. Totally normal day in America, folks. Jesus Christ. I just hope these people were paid a lot, because look at that guy. He's clearly identifiable, and whoever his nieces and nephews are that probably have restraining orders against him are like, oh God, there he is. He's always wanting a tickle fight. Oh my God, how did he get behind the president? You know what I mean? Okay, hold on. Palantir? Oh, what's up, Sid? Good to see you. Sid. What do you guys want to hear? This Donald Trump and Teddy Roosevelt or Palantir? What's up, Weatherly Patience? Trump's kids each made $1 billion since their daddy has been in office. Oh, yeah. Barron is, betting all day long on Poly Market. He's just like, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Why do you think the war can't end? They got to keep betting on it, man. Palantir. Ashley says Palantir. Oh, what's up? Ashley's a MAGA, right? Good to see you back. Keep coming back, MAGA. Keep coming back. We're going to break this curse that this handsome devil put on you. can't say that shit. We're going to shatter the curse that this absolute gorgeous kraken laid upon you. I don't know what you call him. You know, this golden yeti and his devilishly good looks. We're going to shatter that curse that he has laid upon your eyes. I love when people are like, he's the epitome of a man. I'm like, what? A man in failing health? Jesus Christ. A man who's had too much McDonald's? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, but it's good to see you, Ashley. If you're the Ashley I'm thinking of. And MAGA, keep coming back, man. This is like AA from MAGA. Just take out the M and the G. This is like AA from MAGA. Keep coming back. It works, okay? You keep coming back, MAGA. I put this up because I'm reminding you of how handsome he is. And I know you're sweating in your panties right now. You're like Richard Simmons with them goddamn Daisy Dukes on. We're going to be sweating to the oldies, except your oldie is this guy. And I'm about to break that voodoo curse he has on you. You know, I already showed you how stupid he is as a businessman when he's talking with his hands. I offered Intel 10%, give the country 10%. And they said yes. And I said, hot damn, I should have asked for 20. Like, dumb businessman. You know, and I point those things out. And then you have to go about your day and be like, oh, yeah. If he was a smart businessman, he would have asked for more. And they would have had to negotiate him down. But he negotiated so low, they just agreed. And he turned around and said, shit, I should ask for more. Like, you can't unhear that. You know, once I point out the fallacy of this as a businessman, you have to face it. So MAGA, keep coming back. It works, okay? And don't look him directly in the eyes. It's not like a Medusa thing where you're turned to stone, but it's more of like a Medusa thing where your brain turns to stone. Oh, I'll call in a cult expert if we get overly wonky here. Is being an incel all you have? Oh, you wish. You know, I didn't grow up in the age of incels. I know what they are, but unfortunately, I have some charisma. I don't think the world is full of, what do they call them, chads? I can't subscribe to that. And I think a lot of these guys would, you know, like if I was a grifter, I would run like a gentleman's university, how to talk to women. And I could probably do it fucking good too. Ask anybody who knows me. I'm not scared of talking to anybody. And the key is like being yourself. You know, Andrew Tate and all these looks maxers, they're telling, even looks maxing. What's his name? I don't even know the looks maxer name. Chubby Charlo. I don't know what looks maxer's name is, but what looks maxer and Andrew Tate are telling you when they sell you their image is don't be yourself. Be anything but yourself, and that's what women are gonna like. And you have all these young men pretending to they rent a Lamborghini, do a TikTok, and then they're like, no girls are talking to me. And you're like, yeah, because you gotta be yourself. You know? And there's my online university. Be yourself. If all you do is play Call of Duty and you live in some flyover state, you drop slurs all the time, say that, you know? And watch the girl's reaction when she's like, gross, you know? And then be like, maybe I should develop some kind of character. I should have values and goals and things that are other than just hating on people or trolling shit. You know? Yeah, so that's my online university. You're welcome. All right, I think some people, we'll play some quick Palantir. This is always good to get a little dose of Palantir in you, you know? I mean, they're coming for you. There's no avoiding it. They own everything.
Oh, tomorrow, I have no business, no job.
You sound pretty angry.
No, this is...
That's one of my favorite things. I do that too. I'm not going to just, make fun of Alex Karp. I do that shit. People be like, you sound a little angry. I'm like, no, you know what? I'll tell you what's angry. Nothing says I'm not angry like, no, shut your mouth. I will tell you who's angry. It's just like the president. Earlier when I was playing the audio of the president, and they were like, sounds like you're profiting off the presidency. Who's like, how's your 401k, bitch? Like, you're not profiting off the presidency? And she's like, I'm not the president. And he's like, oh, God damn it. Well, everybody's profiting, and this is the people's house, so you're all president now. I've knighted you president, so I don't go to jail alone. I love this. Listen to Alex Karp, listen to not angry Alex Karp.
Business could transfer to this model tomorrow, i.e. I have no business, no job.
You sound pretty angry.
No, this is the voice of American business.
No! This is the voice of American business. Well, American business sounds angry. Are you speaking? Can you hear American business now, Alex? Are they inside your head? I love that. This is the mark of a psychopath.
You sound pretty angry.
No, this is the voice of American business.
But you have one of the most profitable fucking government contract, Israeli contract. Like, you are siphoning all of our tax money. You're spying on everyone, and this is your attitude? My goodness. I really want to sit him down and be like, Alex, you have wealth that doesn't end. I believe he just bought a home in Florida or some shit. He has one in New Hampshire. He's houses everywhere. He can go on vacation whenever he wants. So let's put it like this. This guy doesn't check how many vacation days he has, okay? Very, very wealthy man. Has a company that he's CEO of that could look into your web browser right now. You know what I mean? Like, if they want to see what you're hiding, they already know. This is your attitude? You know, I think you'd be a little chipper. Little happier to know that you can spy on all your ex-girlfriends that you're not angry at.
Pretty angry.
No. This is the voice of American business.
Well, then American business sounds a little angry, Alex. Are they here in the room? Where on the doll did American business touch you, Alex? My Christ.
That is being channeled through me. And I'm...
It's a fucking seance, folks. You heard Alex Karp. He's like, I am channeling the great American business. I am not angry. I am summoning the spirit of American business. The doors and fucking windows start rattling at, what is this, CNBC? You know, the table lifts up. They're like, oh, all the candles go out. He's like, I have summoned the spirit of American business and you all bow at my power. This should tell you everything about American business. They have all the profits. They run the fucking country. They have every politician in their pocket. And they're like, I'm not angry. You're angry. It's like, dude, what are you mad about? You get to put glyphosate in the things. You pour your lithium batteries waste in our rivers. You get to suck all the power and fucking water for your data centers. We have no fight back. Like, dude, what are you mad about? That we're alive? Jesus.
I'm telling you, it is absolutely a problem for this country because we are on the cutting edge of every single AI technology.
Oh my God, we've been there for years. You keep telling us how great it's going to be. I just played the audio of Dr. ChatGPT by Mark Andreessen yesterday. Nobody gives a fuck, dude.
But if you're going to triply oversell something, and by the way, the enterprises are just tired of it. But by the way, just a minute.
Totally not a guy who's angry. By the way, just shut the fuck up, okay? I'm trying to get this point across. Anyways, I've been up late. I just wanted everybody to know that I am channeling American business. If you're gonna oversell this stuff, man, it's not cool. AI is the best. Everybody dump your savings into it, your 401ks, your... Oh my God, how is the Dow right now? Fuck. Why won't they let me be a news anchor? All I want to do is be a news anchor. I want to interview these people so when he does this, I go, no, I'm channeling American prosperity right now. You shut the fuck up. How do all these newspapers pretend like these are serious people? You know? Like, this is the guy who said our drone should sprinkle fentanyl-laced urine on people. You know? I'd be like, dude, get the fuck out. Like, you shut up. You shut up or we'll shut your mic off. Todd, Todd's my producer. Todd, shut his fucking mic off right now. How do you like that? You're gonna just have to yell over us. You know, I would play this game with him. I would totally buy into this and play this game. You could tell I've done one class of, no, I did a whole thing of improv. But improv, if you don't know, you do the yes and that's what I would be doing with Alex Karp right now. I'd be yes anding him louder until we were both standing on the table yelling about American business. Who suggested we do Palantir? I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. I love when Alex Karp gets on the TV and tells people he's not mad. He's just summoning the soul of American business.
Something. And
wait, I gotta rewind it to where he tells that guy to shut your sauce box, you friggin' munchkin. You know, if you really want to make a clip go viral, Palantir, you should have AI modeled your mouth to say something funnier.
But if you're going to triply oversell something, and by the way, the enterprises are just tired of it. But by the way, just a minute.
Yo, he just got shushed. That grown man just got shushed on fucking CNBC. Oh my God, his parents were at home like, just shut it off, Jane. We don't want it. Brian's a disappointment. Fuck, we should have had another kid. Who did he tell to shut up? I gotta clip this and send it to him. Everybody clip this and send it to him. You just got shushed. Woo! Oh my God, this is my favorite thing ever. Alex Karp being like, you know what, Todd, you just shut the fuck up for a second. I'm summoning. Did you hear me? You think I did that seance all night with fucking Omar Gosh from fucking YouTube to not summon the spirit of American business? And you're just gonna interrupt? My Christ. And his parents are at home like, Jane, just shut it off. He got shushed again. He's never going to make main anchor. He's going to stay this weekend dickhead forever. I don't know who the dude is that just got shushed by Alex Karp, but here's my advice to you, friend. Next time, you got to have another big wig tech CEO. You got to have one of these big wigs on again. And just as they're hitting their stride, you tell them, you just wait a minute a second. I'm summoning the news anchor's spirits. And you got to shush them back. You got to show them who's boss, man. You got to dominate out there. You got to alpha brain this man. You know, right now he's high on fucking who knows what, you know. But this guy thinks he's on a roll. He's like, did you catch all that, man? I'm like the Matrix right now. You know, Alex Karp is on one. And the only way to dominate that energy is to match it, ounce for ounce. You got to match him there. Don't upset your parents, all right? Your parents are watching this right now. I can't believe this shit.
The enterprises are just tired of it. But by the way, just a minute.
By the way, just shut your fucking mouth. Did you not hear me? God, this high isn't going to last forever. I wish you just started breathing into a bag. Anyways, guys. I wish I saw this live. Do they have a call-in segment? I would have been like, are you guys having questions for Alex? I would love to ask him a question right now. And then I just go, you seem very mad, Alex.
Everybody watching this to test what I'm saying, especially
everybody watching, test what you're saying. What is it? Okay.
Especially investors who think somehow this is working. Pick up the phone and call a CEO in private.
Okay, did everybody hear Alex Karp totally baselining right now, not angry? He just said, everybody watching this, which we technically are, to call a CEO in private. Did everybody hear that? Alex Karp said, well, first he told that dude to shut the fuck up.
Quickly oversell something, and by the way, the enterprises are just tired of it. But by the way, just a minute. I want everybody watching this to test what I'm saying.
Everybody watching this. We are all watching this. Everybody needs to do this. On the order of Palantir CEO Alex Karp.
Especially investors who think somehow this is working. Pick up the phone and call a CEO in private.
Does anybody have a CEO's number? I don't want to not do this. Alex gave us all homework, and I feel like we owe it to him. He's not mad. He's just summoning the spirit of American business right now. Okay. I don't know if anybody knows the CEO's private number so I can call them because Alex Karp demands it. Ugh, God, that's going to be a pain.
Not in public. Every single person here can do this.
I usually don't make phone calls in public, Alex. You don't have to worry about that.
Call 2 or 3 and say,
call 2 or 3. Now I got to call 2 or 3 CEOs? Jesus Christ, he's setting the bar high. This is probably how he became CEO. He was like, I want all of you janitors to call the top CEO of Janitor Plus in private. Call 3 or 4 of them. Why don't you? You know?
Madman Karp is on TV saying we're livid.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now you're a madman? I don't trust liars, but earlier you said you weren't. You were American business.
I'm not going to quote you. You know I won't quote you. You have a history. And see, they're twice as livid as me. Like,
so if you're right, though, does that mean...
Tell him to shut up again. Oh, you're letting him talk? I would have told that dude to shut his mouth. Shut your pie hole, son. Did I say I was finished? And then I would have went, okay, I'm finished. You can speak. This is fucking awesome. I love when these people get embarrass themselves on TV. Not only Alex Karp claiming to do a seance to summon the spirit of American business, but also the guy who got hushed a bunch of times. Jesus Christ. All right, that was Alex Karp. That was your Alex Karp of the day. Eric, 100 likes. Let's do it. Or let's get to 69. Who wants to be the 69th? They can't look too weak with real frames. Yeah, they cannot look too weak. Girl. What is going on in the comments? Is there bald conversations? Luigi 2028. Amen. A CEO of... Oh, a lot of people talk about Luigi. Put money on Luigi's books. Oh, God bless you. Doing the Lord's work. Just call the CEO. Yeah, that's it, right? That's it. But then he said call 2 or 3 of them in private. And I'm like, come on, Alex, you can't be asking us to do that, man. You said everybody who's watching needs to call CEO, and I'm afraid I'm gonna let you down, Alex. And I've seen how you get when you were angry. I've seen how you get, Alex. I do not want to upset you. I don't want you summoning the spirit of fucking American enterprise or whatever. Oh, we gotta listen to the fact that you think I'm mega. I do think you're mega awesome, Ashley. Just mega awesome. All right. Now we got to see LARPing as Teddy Roosevelt for a day. LARPing as Teddy Roosevelt for a day. I don't know how much these people were paid, and I hope they did not drink the Kool-Aid offered in the log cabin behind this thing. I pray they didn't. You know, but hopefully they were paid a lot and they got to keep the outfits. I guarantee you they did not keep those outfits and they had to give them back, which you would not want those men's outfits after PU. Did I get to the part? No, I was just going to start playing it. Hurts to Brown. So you've heard some of this. Yeah, where he talks about speaking to Teddy Roosevelt. He's like, was like, I spoke to Teddy Roosevelt and I said, what do you think about the Democrats selling the Panama Canal for $1? I was like, yo, who the fuck thinks this guy should be running anything besides an insane asylum? You know, he'd be a great Batman character. He's like, I've developed a data center asylum. Here's Donald Trump. Yo, these people are absolute maroons chanting USA. Hold on, because I do want to find the part where, hold on, Trump says he talks, and he talked to Teddy Roosevelt.
I even had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt.
Did you? Did you know? This is literally, okay, Grandpa, tell us about that. You know, you had, hold on. When did Teddy Roosevelt die? for the MAGA in the audience. Okay, so he died. Okay. So Teddy Roosevelt was born in 1858 and died in 1919. Is Donald Trump's, when was Donald Trump born? What year? 46. Oh my God, he's so old. I forgot about that. No wonder he thought he talked to fucking Teddy Roosevelt. Let's rewind this. So now that you know Donald Trump was born in 1946 and Teddy Roosevelt died in 1919, maybe he was summoning the spirit of Teddy Roosevelt. Maybe he went on one of those paranormal shows and talked to him from a ghost box or something. But we need more to this story. Is his hat on too tight? Maybe that's what it is.
I even had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt.
Only the best people. Only the best. Oh, I love this story already. You know when you hear somebody who was not alive during Teddy Roosevelt's time say, you know, I've even spoke to Teddy Roosevelt himself. It's going to be good.
I said, what did you think about the Panama Canal? Do you consider that your greatest achievement?
Was this... You know what would have helped if he had started by saying, I had this crazy dream, man.
David, how do you feel about the fact that the Democrats gave the Panama Canal away to Panama for $1?
Yes, I asked Teddy Roosevelt, how do you feel that Hakeem Jeffries sold the Panama Canal for 50 pence? And everybody said, dumb deal. Donald could have got a better one. That's why I closed the Strait of Hormuz. What the fuck is going on right now? Is this really the conversation you had with Ted Roosevelt? Did you call him Ted because you guys are friends? You know, he died 50 fucking years before you were born.
You know?
The crowd boos. The crowd is so stupid. They're like, boo. How dare the Democrats sell the Panama Canal?
He built the Panama Canal.
With his own bare hands. They were human hands, but they were just bare.
Preceded really by a man who's actually, he was the tariff king, William McKinley. He was the president and...
Oh, sir, please stay on top. Sir. Oh, no. He's bobbing and weaving, folks. He's veering to the left. Somebody grab the wheel, because we're about to hear about William McKinley, the tariff king. That sounds like a goddamn local commercial for something. Have you been tariffed out of your own business? We'll come down to William McKinley's the Tariff King. We'll get those tariffs back. No promise that we'll get any tariffs back, but you could still come down and pay us to try. Oh, shit. The president's bobbing and weaving, man. Here he goes. He's about to fucking duck, stick, and move. He was telling you, just in case you forgot, he was telling you he had this nice conversation with Teddy Roosevelt, who was long dead before he was alive, and now we moved into William McKinley.
They took his name off Mount McKinley, and I put it back on because...
With a sticker... Don't forget that. You stickered it. You put a sticker up there, sir. If we're just going to make shit up, we should just do it, you know, in a fun way.
Put it back on. But McKinley actually, he was assassinated, but he made tremendous amounts of money, made our country very rich. And then Teddy Roosevelt, as the vice president, got in, and he did some incredible things. But one of them, I think, one of the most amazing, maybe a lot of people would say the parks. You could say a lot of different elements of his success, so incredible. But
this is a rambling grandparent that you're like, can we please leave? It smells like mothballs in here. Like, that's all this is. Because we just went from, I had a conversation, hold on.
And had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt.
Which, that's a story I want to hear. I'm sorry. I'm not MAGA. I hate this fucking Nimrod. This golden back gorilla. I do not like this dude, but let me tell you something. You start a story with, you know, I've spoken to Teddy Roosevelt. I want to hear the whole thing. The whole goddamn thing. I want to know where, when, how, what was said. And then you weave into William McKinley territory. You know, oh, God, the disappointment. This isn't even an M. Night Shyamalan twist. This is just like, you know, giving us some great clickbait and then off to William McKinley, which he just had a mountain named after him. Fuck him, you know? Why don't you tell us about Taft, sir? My God, that's so disappointing. He starts. Hey, most people don't know this. I talked to Teddy Roosevelt. Really? Go on.
So he got in and he did some incredible things, but
he did some incredible. A lot of people say he did incredible things. I won't name any of them, but you can surmise my favorite. This is like when he talked about the Bible. Remember when Donald Trump was interviewed when he first ran in 2015? And they were like, what's your favorite part of the Bible? He was like, I don't know, the whole thing. They were like, really? You don't have like a verse, a psalm, Jesus wept, the shortest one in the fucking Bible? You have nothing? And he was like, that's very personal. How dare you ask me to share the Bible with you? And I pointed out that if you ask anyone who has read the Bible their favorite verse, they'll rattle off a lot of it to you. Like, you don't have to ask these people. In fact, gospel means the good news, which you should be sharing with everyone. And Donald Trump consistently is like, my favorite thing about that president was that he did the stuff. You could just, in your mind, just come up with what you think he did, and that's right. Same with the Bible. He's like, I love that Bible. All of it. Really all of it. But don't ask me about it. That's a very personal, sacred thing I hold. You're not supposed to share the Bible. That's what Jesus said. And that's my favorite thing in the Bible.
one of them, I think, one of the most amazing, maybe a lot of people would say the parks, you could say a lot of.
You could. A lot of people say a lot of things, and you were telling us again about your conversation with Teddy Roosevelt. Could you get back to that?
Different elements of his success, so incredible. But he built the Panama Canal. I even had a cut.
With his own hands. Oh my God. This is so great. This is so great. When else are you going to get to watch a president with the acumen of a fucking 8-year-old just ramble on? Like, nobody's stopping him. Nobody's getting up there being like, oh, this is embarrassing. In fact, if anything, after he does shit like this, they go on Fox News and they're like, did you see how smart our man is? Smartest guy ever. The smartest. And they're like, he said he spoke to Teddy Roosevelt. And they're like, yep, brilliant. Brilliant man. He transcends time. The man is so smart, time doesn't even affect him. Are you buying it? All right, what else you got to say, sir? Oh, that's right. They're just chanting USA like a bunch of Nimrods.
And number 4, I have 2 teleprompters that aren't working, and here I stand.
Oh, shit. That's what it is. Teleprompters weren't working. He had to go off the cuff. That's why he's like, I knew Teddy Roosevelt. Me and him were like this. He was a developer on the south side of Manhattan. And I asked him about that Panama Canal and how Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and little Marco, they were all trying to sell it out from under him. And he thought that was a bad deal from the get. I get it, man. Teleprompters are out. You gotta, rattle off the conversations you had with Ted. Why would you clap for that? That is not like a clappable moment. If I came on here and I was like, I'm just doing all this off my brain, I wouldn't expect you to clap. Like, what the fuck, dude? A president should be able to talk without a teleprompter. That is not a clapping moment. Somebody yell Epstein. I love it. This is like the very good boy who fucking pooped in the potty. I'm sure there's a book on it or something. He's like, I went in the potty. I didn't go hide behind that couch over there. Everyone's like, look at you. Look at you. We're so proud. The house smells a little better too. Thank you. Really, really, sir. President of the United States, you're getting a fucking round of applause for your teleprompters beating out?
But TR once observed that I would not have been president about himself.
I'm sorry. He said Teddy Roosevelt, had once observed that I had not been president about himself. What the fuck? What the fuck did he just say? I'm serious. I don't even know if I could rewind this because this is so long.
Out there. And number 3, I'm back in North Dakota.
Oh my God. I went to...
But TR once observed that I would not have been president about himself.
TR once observed that I would not have been president about himself. That's like not even funny. That's just concerning that he's opening this speech for the TR Museum. And he said, he once observed that I would not have been president about himself. Oh, fuck. Bad start. Can we do it again?
Had he not been, and had it not been for the experience in North Dakota, he had a great experience here. It really
Yeah, he had not been, it had not been for the experience. He sounds like, I played that South Carolina, Miss Teen South Carolina clip where they're like, why do you think Americans can't identify America on the map? And she's like, well, the Saudi Arabia and the Iraq and the South Africa, we need to help them. And they're like, all right, you're out of time. Shh, cut her mic. Like, this is what he sounds like. Maybe that's why he liked all those Miss Teen pageants. Nah, it's because he's a fucking pedo. But maybe it was because he's so stupid. He's like, these girls are brilliant. Oh my God, they should start a university. They're like teachers.
really shaped him so much. So there could be no better place for this new national treasure than the Rough Rider state. I met some of the Rough Riders. They are Rough Riders. They're good riders too. They were.
I met DMX. I'm not sure if Missy Elliott was one of the Rough Riders at some point, but I've met the Rough Riders. Rest in peace, DMX. Earl Simmons.
Very impressive. Today, 107 years after he passed into eternity, Theodore Roosevelt's Presidential Library opened.
107 years after, and he's going to tell us about a conversation he had with this man? Mm-hmm.
Opens its doors, and the small town, but very great town, and today it's a very famous town because that's all they're talking about.
The adjectives with this guy, you know, I think that's what woos the people. A small town, but very great. The best town. Everybody's saying it. And people are like, wow, is that my town? Fuck, man, I like this guy. He just called us a small town, but great. And just used all the basic adjectives on us. Woohoo. Yeah, listen to him woohoo, and I knew that shit was coming. He could call you all stupid and you'd woohoo.
Medora opens its arms to the entire world. The entire world is watching. It's not a big town, but it's a very powerful town.
Shut the fuck up about the size of the town. Oh my God, he's a moron.
Because of what was left behind. I want to thank the thousands of people who worked so hard to make this project a reality, and you really did. You made it a beautiful reality. Very few places.
I'm sorry, I had to speed this up a little because this is just painful. Could you imagine being here? It's probably like 100 degrees, and you're just like, oh my God, I'd rather have a fucking kangaroo kick me in the dick repeatedly than listen to this dementia patient tell me about fucking 100 years ago how he had a conversation with this dude. Like, are you serious?
Very, very few places will top it. And starting with the man who put the library in its first funding, think of this, did so much. He raised so much money, did so.
What? The man who just put the first library in its fund, he did so much. He thinks so much. Dude, oh God, this is the president, guys. Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry, world. We didn't raise him. You know, he's clearly raised wrong.
So many different things. He really did. He had a very complete life, when you think.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. They all go, Teddy Roosevelt, what a complete life. He lived and then died. Some say he completed it. Oh my God, dude, tell us, you know, something cool. Be like, you know, he named his horse Peanut Butter. And peanut butter wasn't even invented. Like, say something fucking interesting. God.
He was a real man of many forms of genius, and without whom...
A real man of many forms of genius. Smart guy.
It would never have been possible, Secretary of the Interior. And I'll tell you what, I thought he was an oil man, and he wasn't. I saw him on a debate because it
Not take neutral go if you're not ready for hard.
I don't want to hear your ads right now. I'm trying to watch our dementia patient president.
I thought his wife, Catherine, was even more impressive to me.
Oh, see, I told you. Remember earlier when I was saying he hired that Department of the Interior Secretary of the Interior? Remember when I said he hired that guy because of his wife? That's what he just said. He goes, yeah, I thought that guy was an oil guy, but I didn't fucking know. He's like, but his wife. I seen his wife walk by, and I said, give me some of that. Yum, yum, yum. He's literally recounting it. I didn't think he would do that. I didn't watch this whole thing. God, I'm not going to hurt my brain by trying to do that.
To be honest with you.
Oh, and he just pointed to her. Oh, my God. Dude, have some self-respect, you pathetic fucking dweeb. Oh, my God.
And so impressive that I said, he's a good man. That guy's all right.
See? He's like, his wife was so impressive. I said, he's a good man. That guy's all right. Dude, this is a pervert. Like, that has no place at the fucking Teddy Roosevelt podium, okay? Unless you're about to go into how, like, Teddy Roosevelt was into, like, you know, William McKinley's wife, and now when he's assassinated, maybe they dipped the sticks a little and bumped uglies. I don't know. Unless this is going to lead to some hot goss from the fucking late 1800s, I don't want to hear it.
But he's been...
Who wants to hear an 80-year-old, you know, be inappropriate about some other dude's wife? You people.
Fantastic. He's been a tremendous Secretary of the Interior and the best ever. There's never been a Secretary of the Interior like Doug Burgum. Thank you very much.
Doug Burgum, that's his name. That is the whitest name I've ever heard. Doug Burgum. His wife got him the job. Merit. His wife's name's not Merit. That's a sarcastic joke because they say everything's merit-based, and it's not. It's based on how hot your wife is and how much you'll let him fucking make derogatory comments on her. Like, man, the rack on that lady. How could I not hire him? I don't know what she does. I've never said a word to her, but man, when she walks in the room, I don't take my eyes off her. That's the fucking president. Jesus Christ.
Never been. And, you know, Doug called me. He said, would you do me a favor?
Would you stop talking about my wife at the podium, sir? Please. It's embarrassing all of us. My parents are watching this. I have kids. Oh, my God. Is that what he said? That's what I said if I was Doug Burgum. I'd have been like, dude, leave my wife out your mouth. How about that, man?
Really fantastic because I did not know the gentleman too well. But,
but I knew his wife pretty well. You know, like, dude, he is a full-on pervert. He is creep, cringe, whatever the kids want to call it. This dude is so sickening to watch an 80-year-old talk about another man's wife like that. Fuck.
He said, Kelly Armstrong is fantastic. Would you endorse him for governor? And I did, and he won easily. Kelly Armstrong, great job you're doing. Great job.
But I said Kelly, that's a girl's name. We should change that to Hank.
Two of my very good friends, two warrior senators, tough cookies, tough. Oh, I wish I could get their way. We could get a couple of little things passed, like voter identification, like proof of citizenship. We'll save America.
Proof of citizenship. Yeah, have your kids show theirs, man. With all their fucking foreign moms.
Okay, you know, that's pretty good. Save America.
Dude, you got an immigrant in the White House. I got to press one when I want her to speak English. Come, give me a fucking break.
Can you imagine? We have...
Dude did a order by phone Slovenian wife, and the phone number was Epstein. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break.
100% of the Democrats against it, and 4 or 5 Republicans, if you can believe that.
Is this about President Roosevelt, or is this about Donald Trump? Is this a campaign rally?
What are they all about? But these two people are with us all the way. John Hoeven and Kevin Cramer, senators.
Okay, I gotta fast forward this because this is exhausting. This is so exhausting to just hear him like campaigning at the Teddy Roosevelt Museum dedication. Teddy Roosevelt, if he was dead, he's not, because Donald Trump said he had a conversation with him. He would be rolling in his grave, but he's not dead because Donald Trump said he had a conversation with him. You don't believe me? Here's Donald Trump saying, I even had a conversation with him.
I even had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt.
So he's not dead, clearly. Where is he? With Epstein? All right, we gotta fast forward this. Let's get to, I don't know, something else.
And they said, wow, this is really some history in the crowd. We had thousands of people over there who spent.
Oh my God, now he's talking about crowd side? Oh my God, how... He's not talking about crowd size? You gotta be kidding me. He's like, a lot of people don't know, but the people are just invisible. We had the biggest crowds at the state fair. These pictures are fake. This guy, there was 1 million rascal scooters. We were renting them out all day long. They had Trump insignia and little Trump license plates on them. I got my cut. Did you get used? And don't pay attention to this man who's clearly fainted, and we probably didn't have a medical tent because he looks like he might need some help. Somebody put that hat over his face. My God, he's really talking about crowd size? Like, dude, Teddy Roosevelt didn't give a shit about your crowd size. I gotta fast forward more.
Anywhere in the world, they didn't have people that they had no idea where they were. They didn't have people that couldn't walk up the steps. See those steps? They didn't have people that had no idea where the hell they were.
He said this 3 times. They didn't have people, so they did have people who didn't know where they were. So they had people, because he's doing double negative. So they had people who knew where they were. I don't think this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about.
They didn't have people that said, let's have open borders so millions and millions of people can pour into our country from prisons all over the world. They didn't have those people. They had strong, smart people like Teddy Roosevelt. Today, America is stronger and more respected. Right now.
Are we? Right now? Are we?
I'll tell you, the king of Saudi Arabia, I was with him a year ago. Smart.
If you think the king of Saudi Arabia respects this guy, if you think Saudi Arabia is like, we have the utmost respect for what America's doing right now, you might need to get your head checked.
Oh, God.
You probably can't afford it because we're in America, but my Christ.
A good guy said to me, sir, you know, it's amazing. And this was as we were just started to really, and we've made a lot of progress since then. You see the numbers, factories being built all over the country at a level that we've never had before.
Wait, in what country? Saudi Arabia, where they had the slave labor, or are you talking about here? Because we haven't seen any shit built there. What are you talking about?
But he said, you know, 1 year ago, during the Biden, Sleepy Joe, during the Biden administration, he said 1 year ago, your country was dead. We gave up on your country. They were looking at China. They were looking at others to protect them. They were looking at other countries.
Kind of like Canada went to China and China cut a bunch of deals once you did the tariffs. Kind of like that.
And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. He said that.
Well, it is pretty hot right now. 100 degrees in the shade. He's right about that. I don't know if he's talking about the weather, but it is very hot. You can tell. Those guys are sweating through their Teddy Roosevelt tough uniforms in the back.
And it's true. Now it's even more so than it was then. Hottest country anywhere in the world.
Is he talking about like sexually hot? Is he saying like we are the most sexual country in the world? And all the Saudis want to fuck us. Like, what are you talking about? How do you measure the hotness of a country, MAGA? How do you measure it? Because it's definitely not by age. We're 250. This is way out of his age range, if you've read the Epstein files.
So Theodore Roosevelt and his presidency fell exactly at the halfway mark between the founding in 1776 and the place we are today in 2026. And here are 5 lessons, and I wanted to write these because you can learn from some people, not from too many. From a lot of them, you don't want to learn much, but you can learn from him. And here are 5 lessons that are really extraordinary. Life offers to all Americans on the threshold of our 250th year. First of all, the life of Theodore Roosevelt reminds us that Americans never give up. We don't give up. You know, if you really look back 2 years ago, I can see people wanting to give up. I can see.
Teddy Roosevelt quoted, "Never give up." Love that quote. I got that on my wall. I got a Teddy Roosevelt quote on my wall. It says, "Never give up." Old Ted. Old Teddy Rose. Old TR.
See them wanting to give up. He never stopped, never quit.
until the day he died, and then they said, you let us down. We thought you were never going to give up.
Never surrendered.
He also said, never going to give you up. Never going to let you down.
Pursuit of his dreams. He had a dream. A very complex dream he did because...
He did. That's the other thing. Teddy Roosevelt, widely quoted as saying, I have a dream. Oh, I remember that when Teddy Roosevelt was like, I have a dream. Good. These are fucking fire, dude. Is everybody taking notes on the five Teddy Roosevelt lessons?
The way he traveled, the way he moved, the fact that he ended up here and turned out to be one of the most impactful things he ever did, ending up right here where we are. But his pursuit of the American dream never, ever stopped. It was really amazing. He was plagued by asthma, very, very bad, very serious.
And allergies. People don't know that Teddy Roosevelt had asthma and a pollen allergy, and to be a Rough Rider, that's, when allergy season kicks in, oh man, oh golly.
Having a hard time breathing for much of his life. But he went out and he was told by his doctor that he'd have to live very quietly. This is as a young man, he was told you'd have to be and have a very quiet life. You have to be...
Yeah, you have to whisper all the time. They were like, if you don't whisper, you're going to give up breathing, buddy.
Nice and easy. And he did just the opposite. He had a freaking wild life.
Yeah, he was like Marco Rubio at one of them phone parties, man. He was like Donald Trump at Epstein Island. Bro, he was living to the max. He was life maxing.
Right? He was wild. He just didn't want to take that. He didn't want to listen to his doctor. He didn't want to...
I'm going to test you tomorrow.
Be quiet.
Right.
He wanted to be great. He actually wanted to be great.
We still haven't got to number 3. Number 1, Teddy Roosevelt. Never give up. Number 2, he had a dream.
And that's what he turned out to be. Young Theodore replied, Doctor, I'm going to do all the things that you tell me not to do, and I've got to live the sort of life that you've described.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea,
I will fight
just to
that
prove
guy.
that he could do these things, just to prove his doctor wrong. He knew his doctor. He wanted to prove him wrong. Maybe it was...
All right, I'm sorry. I thought this was going to be like a top 5 Teddy Roosevelt thing, and this dude is just fucking rambling. Let's see if we can skip over 12 minutes to get to number 4.
100 miles. He wanted all those poor criminals. We need a little bit more of that in our country, but we do pretty good. We have the best border we've ever had. We do pretty good. Think of it. We have the best border, strongest border. We went from the worst border in history in 3 months to the best border in history, so we do okay. But he was a man who could get crushed beneath a horse. He was crushed. Get up, and he kept riding. People said, you got to get back. We got to get you to... No, I'm going to keep riding.
He was crushed by the horse. He said, no, just let this horse keep dragging me. Okay, what I will do is get some clips from this, because I thought we could just listen to it, and then I forgot, he's 80, has dementia, can't keep a fucking straight thought. Like, never mind. Tell you 5 points about Teddy Roosevelt. My Christ, folks, I'm so sorry. Really, that must have been painful for the audience there. Hopefully they were older than him and just not following along. And they were like, this is a great state fair. What are we doing? And they're like, this is the Teddy Roosevelt Museum dedication. And she was like, who's the train conductor up there? You just hope it's a bunch of senile Fox News watchers. Oh my God. Teddy also said, cuckoo, them dukes. Yes, Teddy Roosevelt, widely quoted as saying many different things, Like, I remember Teddy Roosevelt saying, do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France? Teddy Roosevelt also quoted as saying, you better shut your mouth or I'll fuck start your face. That was when he was angry. That was to the horse, actually, when he fell off the horse. You've probably heard a Teddy Roosevelt quote at some point. You know, there's many of them. Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask who could get this horse off my legs. That was another Teddy Roosevelt quote. He's widely quoted everywhere, you know. I love Teddy Roosevelt quotes. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, guys, so please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you didn't hit that little thumbs up, do it now. Time is running out. Time is running out. We need one more person to hit it. Don't be that person that does not hit that. There you go. There was the thank you. There was one of you. I saw it. I could smell it. Yep. And make sure when you hit subscribe and the notification bell, you set the notifications to all, or whatever YouTube makes you do now. Because we're coming back tomorrow and we're going to finish this. We are all going to finish this. You're going to sit through another, what is it? There's no fucking way. There's another half hour of this? Come on. God. Somebody needs to play the Oscar music. Play them off. But I will get some clips of this. We'll finish the great Teddy Roosevelt Museum dedication. That's all about Donald Trump. I will subscribe. Yes. Thank you. I can't do it without you, Joshua. So I appreciate you. And to all the mods, Primal, Smoking, One Way, Cage, love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Join me tomorrow where we sit in the chaos. We're still and calm in the storm. Play them off, Teddy. Play them off, Teddy. Seriously, they should just have some music. No, I'm not the guy from Survivor. No, I'm not. Do you have a Marlboro cigarettes as your avatar? That is hilarious. My buddy used to collect Marlboro Miles. That was a thing that kids used to do back in the 90s to get free Marlboro cigarette coats. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a good one. Peace.